So if you guys don't know, Alabama rap artist HONEYKOMB BRAZY. Alabama rap artist HONEYKOMB BRAZY was sentenced to 4 years in prison last year, and he'll be released in 2025 over some probation stuff. But he has recently just called out his record label that he signed to, which happens to be JPRINCE's label, Rap-A-Lot Records, and he's basically saying that I'm in jail because of y'all, and I can't release no music or anything, and y'all got me out here signed, and I ain't got no motion. And he basically said let him out his record deal so he can sign with Birdman and Cash Money. This is crazy. Do you guys think that he should sign with Birdman and Cash Money, or he should stay with Rap-A-Lot? Because Drake is signed with Cash Money, and he used to be signed to Rap-A-Lot. He transferred over and went over to Birdman's side. And now HONEYKOMB BRAZY seems to be wanting to do the same thing. Take a look at this.
Hey man, what's going on? These folks tell me I can't do the bitch, don't do the want to do. I'm not studying Rap-A-Lot, none of that shit. Y'all just been playing with it so long. That's out of that shit, man. Like for real, I ain't really trying to do too much, but like what y'all talking about what I can't do, what I can do. What y'all did for since I been locked up, what y'all did. Y'all ain't do shit for running on ass. Y'all been running it. Y'all feet ain't tired yet. I know you feet tired. Y'all been running 6 years straight. Ain't no way. You think ankles ain't hurt? Y'all gonna be Jalen hurt right now. It's what pay for all. Acting like y'all injured, y'all still running. Man, I ain't going over that shit no more, man. I already died by this shit. On my grandma, I already died by this shit. About shit, like I said, y'all got nigga locked up already. Junkie ass promoters, fake ass security. I'm in this bitch, but y'all, man, y'all talking about board, that contract, y'all got gonna be boarded. This shit in black and white, man. Y'all in black and white, somebody. Y'all hire these security, these y'all folks. So y'all hired the security, bitch, I'm locked up for y'all. Bitch, I was moving right when I was out. I went in the way. I was doing everything right. I'm still, man, I'm locked up for y'all mistakes, bro. Y'all got it locked up. Y'all telling me I can't do what I want to quit. When I stayed silent with you boy the whole night, I kept it all the way gangster with y'all, man. All the way gangster with y'all. Y'all said, y'all finesse me out of finesse. I bought finesse over there. Y'all hit for a whole 10 M. And y'all ain't give me nothing off that night. I ain't got nothing. Y'all threw dildos at me. And y'all telling me like, man, y'all threw the dildos all at me, man. Y'all wrong, home. And y'all telling me I can't do what I want to do better in my life, bitch. My grandma dead, my granddaddy dead, my daddy doing life. Bitch, y'all had my mama staying in the apartment. Man, y'all got me up. I'm trying to get right. And y'all telling me I can't get right when I'm trying to get right. Man, y'all for real, man. What's wrong with you guys? I'm still standing on all 10 right now. Right now, I'm standing on all 10. I'm standing on all 10, man. Right now, y'all saw you boys. Y'all never no court dates. Y'all ain't never did nothing. Y'all ain't put back one court date yet. Like, what real about that? Y'all screaming at lawyers and shit. They ain't telling y'all that fake ass lawyers and shit, man. Like, when y'all gonna pop out? They come to my grandma and granddad's funeral when they died. Why y'all ain't pull up at the funeral? Why y'all was when my grandma and granddad died? Why y'all ain't come to the funeral? Like, what y'all did real, man? But that was JPRINCE, mama would have got killed, would have went off. I would have shed tested on myself. I would have stepped, I would have did everything. Y'all ain't did shit, man. I've been standing all 10, me and my family, me and my people, man. Like, y'all ain't did nothing for a nigga, man. Just bad silent. Y'all ain't did nothing, man. Yeah, a nigga tired. A nigga tired, home. A nigga got a way out, man. A nigga trying to get right, bro. Y'all say what I can't do. I don't want to do no bit. Y'all ain't get my YouTube back. Y'all ain't get my goddamn YouTube back yet. That's my money. That's my YouTube. Y'all got create music groups still collecting my money and telling me that we finna get it right. Give me what y'all want to give me out of my goddamn money. Man, I look like a whole ass nigga. Man, I'm not no whole ass nigga, man. I don't want to be wrong. You niggas just being real. I just want to do my own thing and live my life. That's all I want to do. Get out y'all way, go live my life, turn over and act like nothing ain't happening. I'm trying to forget everything. I forget niggas for hell. I'm trying to forget everything. Y'all ain't gave me nothing off of that. Y'all just give me 200 grand. So we got some 200 grand for that. Man, y'all ain't gave me shit. I don't want that shit. On the street. Like, man, I'm standing on bed. Let me just do my thing, man. That's all I want to do is do my motherfucking thing. Jeez, y'all got that fake ass security around me. Then that big fat ass nigga, he the law for real. His police ass. That's why he the only one out on the street right now. That 12 ass nigga, somebody, man, we got locked up. So hold the camera right so I can see yourself.
Bro, man, fuck that. You just keep talking.
That nigga, man, we got locked up. I swear to God. Man, I don't even want to say too much, man. That shit's so common. But I don't know what the fuck I want to do, though. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to die by my shit. I'm going to die by me, myself. I don't give a fuck. So y'all ain't ready to kill me or get me knocked off and wipe me out the way. Y'all ain't talking about shit. That's just being real. Dang. All that shit y'all did 30 years ago, man, you got to renew your license, man. You got to renew that shit. I'm from Alabama. You got to renew your license every 6 months, man. Where I'm from, you got to keep on stepping. A nigga don't respect nothing. You got to keep on stepping, man. That's just bad stuff. I ain't disrespect you nigga no type of way. I've been fucking with them and y'all, you know. Now I'm tired. It's over with. A nigga tired, man. Hell no. Not me. I'm not going for no shit like that. That's why my YouTube videos ain't no knock. And get what? Y'all ain't give me my own goddamn money. Give me my goddamn money. Y'all loud in my shit. I'm the Instagram shit. Talk about so, man, give me my goddamn YouTube back. Y'all got all these millions of dollars. Y'all say y'all so rich. Y'all got all the money in the world. And the nigga still got to argue about his own goddamn YouTube. My shit. My money.
Damn. Them niggas fake. Damn, bro. JPRINCE.
You see that? Who's going on?
Damn, JPRINCE.
Y'all acting like a nigga.
I'm in here, y'all. I'm here. I'm back. Yeah, I'm gonna get into that. Herschel on his way home if he ain't already home. I'll tell you the reason why though.
I'm not going for that shit. I know better now. I ain't know better. I just had so much smoke in the city. A nigga ready to just get money, so you know somebody. So I really just ready to sign anything like this. Give me out. Let's go. I'm ready to go to war with niggas and just drop check. That's why I did that. But man, niggas that was under pressure, bro. That's all it was. Y'all caught a nigga in a real war zone. And a nigga try to But bro, keep it real with me, man. Like do the right by niggas. Y'all got me locked up right now. Y'all, right now, locked up. Y'all, I got locked up with some tested niggas and a tested nigga and a nigga I don't even know. The other nigga ain't even know this. They don't know none of them niggas for real. I met them boy when I got out, them boy pulled up in the bulletproof like, oh, we your security. JPRINCE said that. I ain't bad. That 100. I'm thinking these niggas official. I ain't never think nothing of it. The police get behind that. And when the police got behind that, them niggas went to try to pass me the guy. I'm like, oh, hell nah. What the fuck? Y'all passing me the guy for y'all the security. My DNA, my fingerprints ain't no nothing. Like, real, this shit will really be.
Damn.
I played my life. That's why I caught
It's deep, y'all.
But y'all keep it real. Stop, like, playing with a nigga, man. Y'all niggas on islands and shit, chilling, popping orders. A nigga that was doing real time for y'all niggas. And y'all bringing y'all New Year's in with y'all family. Nigga, I put have been out with my family. What? Nigga, half of my family dead, man. All I want to do is just get on. I'm from Happy Hill Project. I'm from the bottom. We ain't never had nothing. You think I'm gonna let you nigga take something from me or get in the man? I'm not going for that. Kill me, shoot me in the head 100 times. I don't give a fuck. Y'all ain't talking about shit. Suck my dick. Fuck you niggas. And I'm on that. I'm gonna stay on that till y'all get right. When y'all show me some respect, I'll show y'all some respect. But until then, man, suck my dick. All you pussy. And I don't give a fuck what you niggas talking about. And I'm finna pop out like raccoon, not fat. I ain't even popping out like raccoon no more. I'm popping out like newborn baby. Head first, upside down, out my when I got this bitch. I'm not hearing that shit. Y'all got me fucked all the way up, man. I'm not going for that shit. Talk about a motherfucking shit gonna get bad. Y'all got me fucked up. I'm going to cash, but that's what I'm on. That's exactly what I'm on. I ain't on nothing else, man.
Damn.
That was been keeping the real.
Honeykomb Breezy speaking
like,
up.
Like y'all did me with my own goddamn money. And I just now opened my motherfucking eyes and realized, like, damn, nigga been paying you with your own money. Them niggas been giving me my own money, acting like it's their money. Like, nigga was slow to hell, but now, man, you know, time people say, nigga, man, mine ready. I'm not going for no shit like that. Y'all gotta get right, man. I can't go for that. I can't go for that, man. Hell no. I can't do it. I cannot do it. All that I'm doing right now, I'm doing time for y'all. Right now, nigga, locked up for y'all mistake, bro. I ain't get locked around no mobile niggas. I got locked around y'all people. Y'all people was in the car. Y'all people was driving. Y'all people had the gun. Y'all know the gun was in the security name. You see what I'm saying? When none of that shit is, that man, y'all know what's going on, man. Come on, man. Don't do that. Y'all know how to nigga like that, man. Hell no. Y'all keep that shit true. Y'all is wigging. Y'all must be on Mojo. Y'all must be on Spice. Y'all think, oh, man, y'all wigging out that bitch. Y'all look at my sister don't feel like holding their goddamn phone too long. Like, I want to say some bullshit, my sister all the time.
I'm finna flip that hoe. You just ain't finna see the comments.
Yeah, you can flip that whole look.
Alright.
Y'all gotta get right though, man. I'm talking to JPRINCE. I'm talking to Maven J. I'm talking to JPRINCE Jr. Bro, y'all do right by me. What I did to y'all flow. Y'all made it some M's off of niggas. Y'all made me sign a country, I'm locked up. Y'all put on me because y'all know I was locked up. And we got you a distribution deal for $800,000 to create music group. Yeah, I'm finna sign this motherfucker. 800 grand, I'm locked up. I signed the motherfucker. I'm done with creating. Y'all in finesse. Y'all all the money y'all in finesse. I ain't got nothing with
CeeLo said what up.
Who?
CeeLo said what up.
Tell CeeLo Vino what up. Add my boy, man. Add my boy Vino, man. I'm gonna have Vino right quick.
Damn, yo.
That will record all my music. Y'all niggas need to have
Nah, bro. Your man was in jail, yo. Niggas gotta stop acting like they ain't been in situations before. Bro was in jail, bro. JPRINCE supposed to be solid.
You my nigga. Hey, man, you know where I'm at, man. Stop playing, man. You know where I'm at, man. This is like it's a deal right now, man. It's the hardest thing to do. Make out my goddamn beat. Nobody picked no motherfucking nigga on me. They ain't gave me no beat. This is my beat, nigga. When I got out first day out, I did that shit. Straight up. My nigga made that shit. We did this out the money. When I got shot in your studio that night, I was shot and been through how many times I almost died trying to do this. Right. Fucked up. Like real nigga, I be fucked up. I deserve this shit. I deserve to go. I deserve to be. I went to hell for this shit, man. I deserve this shit. I ain't asking for it. I earned it. You know what I'm saying? I earned this shit, bro. Y'all niggas that shit on the nigga why nigga locked up. Y'all kicking the nigga while he down. That ain't what no real nigga do, man. Y'all kicking y'all in the head. Y'all in the head. I'm down. Bitch, I'm trying to say, burn fucking business. Y'all never get right. That's all I'm asking y'all, man. What the fuck? Like, I think I ain't asking y'all but that, man. I think y'all you nigga right now.
Damn, yo. JPRINCE and them ain't right. Damn, yo. Yes. Back in the building with another podcast vlog. This is Raw Dope Podcast Vlog, and I'm your host for Han 5000. And you know I'm on my shit Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But it's something about Friday, Saturday, and Sunday getting up in the morning. I don't know, but I'm back. Morning show action. What it is. Listen, y'all fucking disrespected me. I ain't saying nothing the whole time I let Breezy talk. Y'all fucking disrespecting me. And this is how you disrespecting me. Y'all on my live and didn't hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the notification button. Hit the subscribe button. It's Sunday. The games don't come on to 3 o'clock. I'm up. I'ma hang out with y'all for a couple hours. But listen, speak to me. You're knocking on my door, say what's up, fam. And just like the video. I'm not asking for nothing else. Like the video. It costs you nothing. Nothing. And this ain't one of them days where it's 130, 750 people. It's 5 people in the chat. Hit the like button, bro. At least them other 3 likes will push 5 more people into the algorithm. That's it. Like the video. Like the video. Like the video. That's some bitch ass shit. If you don't like the video, you a bitch. And get the fuck off of my channel. Get off. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out if you ain't gonna like the video. Get the fuck out. If you're not gonna like the video, get out. Charlene, what's good, baby? If you're not gonna like the video, get the fuck out. I'll talk to thank you. 2 people left. Thank you. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. I don't care. Get the fuck out. If you're not gonna like the video, beat it. You're not gonna hit the like button. Go ahead. I don't. Go ahead. Go ahead. Bye. Peace. See you. See you, weirdo. See you, weirdo. You're not gonna like the video. Beat it, weirdo. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, come on, bro. It's like going in the corner store and just standing at the register looking, just like the video. Like the video. That's all I say. Take your like back. I don't give a fuck, weirdo. But yes. Back in the building with another podcast vlog. And this is Raw Dope Podcast Vlog. And I'm your host, Hand 5000. And in my famous words, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Listen, of course, Honeykomb Breezy faces JPRINCE for the fuck shit that they doing. Breezy saying them niggas got him knocked off and all that shit. If you've been tapping in, this shit is deep. Then we got Donald Trump on the chopping block. I believe Donald Trump is on the chop. Donald Trump is going for broke. And it's coming up on his 1 week in office. Good God Almighty. And Daniel Hersl, the gun trace task force leader, is gonna be released from federal prison because he's fighting cancer. And I'm gonna get into that. Hersl should die in prison for what he done, but he only have an 18-year or 24-year sentence. I think he got 18 years. The most time that the gun trace task force, I think Hersl got the 18 years. It's been, a while. Herschel's sick. He's in jail. He's been writing people, and people have compassion for you. So that's why he's getting out of jail. But we're gonna play it. But Hersl been trying to get out of jail for a while now, fighting this battle with cancer. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see what's going on with that. But this is Honeykomb Breezy, and nobody else words. Nobody's instigate. Honeykomb Breezy is describing why he don't fuck with JPRINCE and JPRINCE Jr. He said they was paying him his old money. They fucked him over. They gave him fake bodyguards. The bodyguard threw the gun all in his lap. He's locked up for some Texas niggas. They didn't protect him, and they sent him to jail. This is what he's saying. They put him together, sent him to jail so they could recoup his money and play games. This is what the man's saying out of his mouth. You can't make this shit up. So now, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment, and go and roll up, because we ready wake and bake.
I'm not going, man. I'm tired of dealing with y'all folks, bro. I said, one way fine, I ain't asking for nothing. I ain't asking for nothing. And baby say, you hear about the ass, baby say. Alright. Pull it.
Alright.
Holy.
You said baby J?
Yeah, and baby say.
Yeah, man said JPRINCE ain't did nothing for him.
I don't want to sit in and go up. Like, what's really going on? What's on class? What's on line? Report on line. Report on line, sir. If I want more to be in the game, y'all running with me. Yeah. What you got? Hey, get on line. I left it. Y'all, you don't need to I left it. I left it in front of the room. Let the room.
Yo, JPRINCE fucked up, bro. JPRINCE fucked up. JPRINCE fucked up. That boy right here.
Don't add your not Jordan, motherfucker. I live in front of the room. All that, looking at me and shit. I never did it. Cause y'all boy kept the whole 100. Y'all done made the whole about 10 M's off a nigga. That made 10 M's off a nigga.
Holy shit.
So y'all don't want to hop on this motherfucker, but y'all can tell what I gotta do, man. Y'all niggas don't own me, man. I don't give a fuck.
say he don't own them. Trump done fire people and sleep. Yeah, Trump nasty. I'm gonna get into that next. Donald Trump is nasty. People waking up without a job. You ain't never lied, Charlene, but they should have knew that.
It said Baby J not able to join. He ain't trying to join.
We're gonna bang this. Then we're gonna put the chain on your neck. We gonna what jury y'all voted for? Y'all give me a wild time chain. The wild time chain was even mine. I 50 years old. I got locked up. Y'all never got that bitch right back when the people went to jail. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? I thought that was mine. Y'all gonna get into another artist and put on his thing. Y'all trying to sign 9 artists with the same chain. Man, y'all niggas is slow.
Huh. He calling them niggas out. Highest raised out. What up, Ty? Assalamu alaikum.
Y'all can't pick no jury on me. I asked myself out, bro. I went to run, nigga, and I cashed out every day at run, nigga. Adam Jewels. That's all I know. Run. I asked myself out. I bought my own Maserati. Y'all ain't about to call y'all saying, you ain't did enough for a nigga, bro. Tell a nigga number lines, man. I got this shot in blood, bro. I still locked up trapping, man. I was in the cell trapping kids in Georgia while I'm in jail trying to feed my family. Hustling this shit when I ain't even put back hustling. Cause y'all put that shit straight, but I still hustling. Paying bills from the jet. Locked up paying bills from the jet. And y'all niggas say y'all got M's, man. Come on, man. That shit ain't real, bro. That shit not solid, man. That shit not it. That shit not it, bro. That shit.
You want me to add?
Yeah.
You want me to add Duke while he trying to join it?
Yeah, you can add. Yeah, well, I don't go.
This Honeykomb Brazy. Visit.
Tripping, man. I just want mine, man.
Wow. What's up with you?
What's up? Why? What you got going? Why?
Man, and shit running it up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That what's up, bro.
But you already know, hey man, you know where home at, man. You know where the real thing is at, man. For real though, you know where it's at, man. For real, nigga, Iron 4L CB for life, nigga.
Alabama gets the room.
Yeah, man, you know.
Oh, they Honeykomb Brazy. So basically, Honeykomb Brazy is saying that he got arrested. He got 4 years for a violation of probation. So he's saying, yo, I got arrested. And, you know, first, you know, these dudes come up to me. They saying, you know, whatever. We JPRINCE is security for you. So he said, they riding around texting, whatever they doing. He say the police jump behind him. He said the minute the police jump behind him, he realized these niggas not licensed security. They want him to take the scrap charge. He like, man, fuck, no, I ain't taking the scrap charge, whatever. Make a long story short, he gets booked. He feel like, yo, since he been booked, Montage ain't been looking out for him. JPRINCE or JPRINCE Jr. haven't been doing right about him. They ain't been doing shit for him. So now he's like, yo, what's going on? Y'all got my YouTube channel. Y'all got everything, but where the bread at? They gave me this. They gave me that. Said he got locked up. They took the mob chain. As soon as he got locked up, they got that out. Like, they doing a lot of fuck shit. They doing a lot of fuck shit to him. And he like, damn, yo, they finessed him out of his artist, finessed 2 times. He said, yo, Honeykomb Brazy saying all this shit. And I believe him because Shorty ain't never run around and was on his music fake. And Shorty grandmother died. People got murdered. And he saying, yo, I'm fucked up. Like, bro, let me get mine. Or, you know, show me some love since I'm supposed to be on the team. And JPRINCE and them is not showing him the love. And, of course, JPRINCE is going to get on TV if he responds and be all slick out the mouth. But I believe Shorty. What reason would I had to say that somebody doing right that I'm going to get on the internet or anything and say you doing wrong? Hey, Ty, you my bad. Kaz is stand up, bro. I've been missing you. Ain't been tapping in a couple days. Don't take Drake, bro. Don't take Drake. Don't take Drake in that beef, bro. Don't even be the type of dude to even take Drake. Drake is not that anymore. Drake, you know, when you go listen to Drake catalog, it can remind you of what a great artist this guy used to be. But as of 2025 and forward, I just don't think I have no respect for Drake. You know what I mean? I have no respect for Drake. You know what I mean? Drake start stuff, throw rocks and hide his hand. That's how I feel about Drake. Drake's been throwing shots and Kanye, like he been getting in shit. Then when niggas step up to him and put him back in his place, he do sucker shit. Now I heard the interview with Jim Jones, and Jim Jones was saying that, oh, why everybody mad at Drake? Drake's suing a big ass company for billions of dollars, and brought up Tracy Morgan situation. Like, when is it bad for a nigga to go at $1 billion company to chase $1 billion bag and he might win? I said, damn, man, I'm glad you home. I said, what? Like, Jimmy threw me off with that. Like, oh, yo, this man has violated you in a whole type of way. You're not suing Kendrick. The label didn't say that you was a pedophile. Kendrick said, any problem that you got is with Kendrick. If you suing a record label because they done did some wild shit to you, cool. Nigga, you ain't been suing the record labels. You haven't been suing the record labels from no other time. You ain't sue the record labels about Pusha. Nobody ain't sue your record label when you was putting out fake shit and when you put back to back out on Meek. You get what I'm saying? Like, Meek ain't go to the label and say, yo, this man is saying shit that ain't true. He ain't go do that, bro. So I don't understand why you saying, oh, yo, you going at corporate America. You're going at corporate America about hip hop. You never went at corporate America before Drake. Now you're going at corporate America because you lost, bro. That's some baby mother shit. That's some spiteful baby mother shit. You get what I'm saying? That's some spiteful baby mother shit. Oh, I ain't gonna say nothing to you, but I'm gonna sue your mother. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna sue the label that you putting your music out on. Like, come on. Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta be real with yourself. Y'all have to be real with yourself in this situation. You know what I mean? Am I a Drake fan? I like the Drake. You know what I'm saying? I like the Drake the same way I like goddamn The Weeknd. The same way I like goddamn Tyrese. The same way you like anybody that sings R&B type nigga. I like Chris Brown. I like Trey Songz. So, to me, Drake was on the same level as like Chris Breezy and Trey Songz type shit. You get what I'm saying? So I never really looked at him like a nigga that you even bother. Drake rap for the bitches. Drake laid back. Lil Drake, from Canada. He fucking with the guys. That's how I looked at Drake. And Shorty could rap a little bit. You get what I'm saying? That's how I looked at it. Yeah, he was on all that. He's suing and all that shit. Drake on some sucker shit, bro. Drake do a lot of shit. And when he made the song Kiki, if you fucking Kim Kardashian, bro, or you crack, why would you make a song when you and Kanye beefing? When you and Kanye was y'all, Kanye never said nothing about your mother, your personal life, just between y'all. Drake do a lot of sucker shit. Rick Ross break up with his girl. Drake invited to the party. Drake do a lot of sucker shit, bro. He do a lot of sucker shit, bro. He do a lot of sucker shit, bro. He do a lot of sucker shit. And now the ball ain't on him. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, like Luther Vandross. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like he's that type of guy. Like, you like him. You know what I'm saying? Drake was like one of them artists where as though you really Drake's a TMZ artist. Most rappers are $1 million worth of game and shit like that. Drake's a TMZ type nigga. ET type dude, Entertainment Tonight type artist. You get what I'm saying? Of course, when you get to that level, TMZ, Entertainment Tonight, and all those Hollywood extra type, he's that type of nigga. You ain't gonna see, certain dudes on certain things because they just don't want to cover him. Drake was a very, very clean artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I walk in the building, I could get the job done, but they want Drake. Me and Drake can get the job done. We plumbers. Drake come in, I come in. We do the same thing. You know what I mean? I could even be better, but Drake's like the poster child for it. Like, he's a little clean cut. People will buy into him, so they take him out the field and make him a salesman. Even though he all right, but he's better with the sales. He's better in the sales department. Yeah, Bazzi a real nigga. You know what I mean? Bazzi a real nigga. Check out that YG Tech and Bazzi. Baltimore artist YG Tech did a hard ass song with Bazzi. I fuck with Bazzi. Bazzi laid back. Bazzi laid back, cool California dude. Hey, yo, I'm not saying these artists are Superman. I'm not saying these artists are heroic. I'm just saying some of these artists, that shit that Drake doing is just new to hip hop. When is your next Raw Dope podcast? Like, okay, my man, I'm glad you asked me that. Next month, I'm opening up with some. I can't even let you know the schedule, but the schedule is next month. Back in full interview mode next month. Back in the studio. I just wanted to build my vlog part of the, the company. So I really wanted, because I always wanted to do a morning show. So I was like, yo, let me do this shit in my crib. And then, because I can't bring niggas in my crib to interview. So I could get more content out of my crib. And then when I'm in the studio, I could focus on that. You know what I'm saying? I could separate the two. I don't have to talk about what's going on and all the shit that, most of the fan base want to hear. I don't have to go into that mode yet. I could stay doing this and do this when I schedule this out and then do my interviews Tuesdays and Thursdays. They back with Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm not sure. But they're at least gonna be dropping 2 new interviews every week. Definitely, I'm out in the community. Yo, y'all mad at me because I definitely posed the cover YG Tech and No Savage. They just did Safari, but I got some things planned, man. Me and Los got something coming up. I'm gonna leak that one thing. Me and Los, the rapper King Los, we got something coming up, and I think I'm gonna get some stories, but when I get back into interview mode, it's gonna kind of like be different because I felt like I covered a lot of rappers and hip hop, and now when I do the interviews, bro, like I'm going deep, like I'm getting in my goddamn Peter Jennings bag. You know what I mean? I've been practicing interviews, like I'm getting in my Peter Jennings bag, but like, cause like one day I'm gonna dedicate that to like the art of hip hop and entertainment, and then one day I'm dedicating that to the opposite. I've been incarcerated quite a few times, and a lot of my homeboys ex-convicts and a lot of family members ex-convicts. So I really want to do those interviews. I'm not about to tell a bunch of prison stories because I see that's like screaming everywhere, but I'm gonna interview some people that just deserve a voice. You get what I'm saying? We want to give 2 sides to the story on Raw Dope. You know what I mean? Because a lot of dudes are telling fugazi stories. So let's hear the stories from honorable men and women that's really telling these stories. So the new chapter of my podcast part is people with real stories. Like, I'm saying? I'm on some Dateline type shit. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. I'm on some Dateline type shit. I want to tell real stories. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm on that. Thank you, Brian, for just reaching out at. But it's February. Promo go up this week. Who gonna be the first interview? That's just my thing. Who's going to be the first interview to kick off this season? I mean, I'm ready to post that, but yeah, I'm on it. I like what about with the community too, yo. But one thing about me though, a lot of dudes play games. I get a lot of invites, but like, yo, if I gotta play that line, and I'm usually 5 deep, camera crew, security, and myself. So when I'm moving, I'll be like, yo, I ain't got time to play with nobody line. Yo, book us. We coming in. Tell you security what's up. We trying to get in, do our job, and get out. But yeah, I'm gonna be knocking shit out the box. Link it back up with Digital Impact Studio to make that possible for y'all. You know what I mean? It just slowed down, bro. It was exhausting. Interview the whole week. God, he's supposed to. Yo, I told you, you and Nine Gotti, everybody out there, bro. We got a link, Josh. He'll link me with a promoter. Link me with, you know what I'm saying? Somebody out there that, you know what I'm saying? Do promotions, bro. And I would do a live podcast out that bitch with Nine Gotti, open it up with Kansas artists, open it up. I want to travel, bro. I want to bring this game I got across the world. So in order for me to do that, it's a budgeting process. I'm saying, yo, I don't keep it real with you, bro. Like, until to somebody lock in this and I could partner up with somebody and get the big bag, yo, I would really pay my way. But I just want to go out places and make money. Or you can interview the people that been into prison and they have been done wrong by the government. Oh yeah, listen. I just thought about it. My interviews are kill switches. My interview about to be kill switches. I don't even think outside of Los and what I'm doing with Los in Atlanta, I don't think the month of February is going to be interviews with like rappers. That rapper shit might get to March, but now I don't know. I am gonna have some rappers that just come home and shit like that. But yeah, I'm going. Yo, I told you, I get on top of that. The email is the same thing, broadopepodcast@gmail.com. If you get on top of that, and you tell them dudes like, yo, it's just a dope podcast I fuck with, and then, you know what I'm saying, some promoters that be throwing shit, or who the podcast is in Kansas, like, we could just do a whole show, get together, do a show, sell some tickets. I'm trying to come to Missouri. I'm trying to come. But yeah, I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all gonna paint the stage red. You know what I mean? I know what's going on out Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool, bro. I'm just trying to come out there and work, bro. Like we don't got no shit with it. We're trying to get in and get Get the job done. You know what I mean? Get the job done. Cause Ty, I know you ain't the only one to fuck with me from Missouri. I just know it ain't. Did Nine tap in? Nine ain't follow me. I follow his channel. Nine got it. I followed his channel. I showed my support. Follow the channel, like the video, played it, show me love back. Tell Nine, show me love back. Connect. Connect, but I am gonna be delivering content first thing in the always. Y'all always gonna catch me at the border, whether I'm on time or late. Who gives a fuck? It's my business. But I'm just trying to really stay. I noticed that it's more emotion in the 7 o'clock hour versus my 6. So it's be getting on between 6:45 and 7:30. You know what I mean? To get this content. Like the football games come on today. I'm up. You know what I'm saying? I probably jump on a day too. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get busy. I'm delivering content. But yo, you know that, and another thing about interviews and shit, they cost like, you know, cameraman, location and shit, and then dudes don't be wanting to pay. You know what I'm saying? And one thing for sure, and two things for certain, I be kicking out all my money. I be lying to y'all and say I didn't make thousands of dollars off the podcast shit. Yeah, I have. You know what I mean? Last year it wasn't a thousands of dollar year for podcasts. It was kind of slow, 2024, but it was more YouTube checks than anything. The year for that, you know, our merch, you know, took us up. So that's what we'll do. We'll run a special on the Raw Dope merch, and we'll get out Candace. Like, I'll get out Candace. You know what I'm saying? What's up? You know what I mean? Get somebody in contact with me and they could book the venue. Like, I would book my own venue. And I'm on that. You know what I'm saying? I understand when people don't book you, promoters, you know what I mean? I'll book my fucking self. You know what I mean? But I just need to know who hot, who could put asses in the seat along with a live podcast. Who else artists I could bring out there, do a live podcast structure. I would want like 4 artists to open up, then the podcast, and then let some artists, you know what I mean? I want to get busy. Look around construction law enforcement. I think you would be interested. Yeah, hell yeah, I will. I'm interested in any stories, but I'm definitely interested in talking to ex-convicts. Like, them interviews are really important to me. I feel like that's like my calling, to just talk to dudes that really been through something. You know what I mean? To give them a story. I would. Some money in your pocket, bro. I don't know how you eat out there, but I know it's a lot. I know, listen, I know it's the trenches in the Midwest. It is. One thing I know, y'all fools get money out that motherfucker. So the Midwest, you know, there's a lot of money out there. So I know it ain't hard for y'all to put I know you, Ty, you can bring whoever you want in your city. Like, I know you got a name for yourself. So you got a name for yourself, and you know what I'm saying, in your community and your circumference, man. Y'all put something together, man. Bring somebody from over out here in Baltimore. You know what I mean? You never know. I might, like I told you, like, y'all make it make sense. I could bring artists out there. We could have a day out there. And Charlotte too. I'm trying to shoot down VA. Charlotte, tell people tap in for VA. What it is. You know what I mean? What it is, gang. You know what I mean? So yeah, but we gotta get back into it. You know what I'm saying? So what we had on the board? Got Honeykomb Brazy out the way. Man, you got. I want to play this because this has been bothering me. I didn't put this in the description, but we gonna get a little bit. We gonna get a little bit of everything. You know, my topics is my topics. I was running kind of late this morning, so I was offset. But the P. Diddy accused of Tupac murders, everything, Law and Crime has reported this, right? And I meant to put this on the thumbnail, but I had to talk about this. Diddy, and I told y'all this from the beginning to now. Diddy. We seen Diddy beat a girl up. We seen Diddy. Let me turn the chair around. Let me talk about 6 people that's in here. We seen Diddy put his hands on Cassie. We seen Diddy do some things that we would do. You know what I mean? We seen him like slap dudes on the ass like he on a football team, talk crazy when he drunk on drink time. We have seen Diddy in action. Okay. We hear all these allegations about Diddy. I'm just want to be clear. What Diddy did to Cassie on camera is fucked up, bro. Like, we can't get around that. If we didn't see it, then we could be like, yo, that's what the nigga and this chick do. But when you saw it and you be like, you know, you don't know. Why would a man chase his girl out the hotel with no clothes on? A billionaire. So you would say, I say to myself, well, shit, that's a relationship. They be into it. He rich as fuck. You know what I mean? Women flock to his feet, and then this girl, man, I don't know what him and Cassie went through. Only Diddy and Cassie know the reason why he really did that. So if you say, yo, you know, you beat this girl up or whatever, you know, Cassie called Diddy one day, and I'm gonna want y'all to ride with me. Cassie called Diddy one day. I'm expose everything. I don't know what that conversation was like. She threatens him with a lawsuit. He calls, bitch, I'm gonna give you 30 million. No disrespect to women. I'm gonna give you 30 million. Take the 30 million. Just don't talk, don't say shit to me no more. I ain't gonna say shit to you. Take the money. It's over with now. She takes the money. Now when she takes the money, you got other people that's around just on some shit like, damn, he gave her that. Shit, what do you do for me? I ain't like the way he carried this with me. Well, I ain't like because he didn't give me a Grammy. I ain't like this. I ain't like that. So now, just like anything, people feel like it's a cash cow. So that's already in the air. They feel like he's a billionaire. Everybody's attacking his pockets. That's what happened. Corporate America, that's what happens. All right, boom. They bring him in on sex trafficking, this RICO, this crazy trumped up charges to raise his house and do all this humiliation shit. They say, oh, he's having these freak offs. You know what I mean? Yeah, he fucked up by giving that money up. That's correct. So he's having these freak offs. I'm a little older. So I remember in the 90s, everybody talking about puff parties, all white parties in the Hampton. Everybody was going to beat it. You know. And then everybody wants to be there. So a lot of dope boys, a lot of celebrities been to these parties, right? You have the after party. You know, only groupies want to go to an after party. Only a groupie and a nosy person or a person searching for something is going to an after hour party. Diddy party in the Hamptons lasted 3, 4 in the morning, even when the sun come up. Now the sun is up and people was lingering around. The sun up, it's let's say 6:30 in the morning. Everybody gone. Most of the big celebrities, everybody gone. It's winding down. What are you there for? You there to enjoy the after party. You came to enjoy the party, then you wanted the after party. After that, you know, some people think after they perform sexual acts or engage in certain shit that they are being put on the top of the level. I mean, they on that level. And once they get on that, and once they realize they not on that level, they have an envy in them. And when you're a person with a bag and got money, you get what I'm saying? These people that envy you, you know what I'm saying? These people that envy you, they say, oh shit, we got a way to get out on you. All the shit that they doing to Puff, I don't think it's right. I do believe Puff is all the way guilty of domestic violence because we seen that you can't get around that. But as far as all this gunpoint shit and all this shit and all that shit and all this, I just don't believe it, yo. He too rich to have people around him that's not in compliance. He too rich to be raping women. He too rich to do that, bro. That's all I'm saying, yo. He too rich to do that. Having parties and not being able to watch everybody. Yeah, bro. Being a wild nigga, maybe go both ways. Yeah, yo. Having parties, seeing everything. Yeah, yo, orgies and shit. Yeah, yo. But is that really a crime? You know what I mean? Is that really a crime? Finessing somebody, finessing the chick out some coochie or finessing the chick, you know what I'm saying, to let everybody crack her. Is that really a crime? Is that really a crime? It's saying, yo, I cracked her, boy, she like that. Boy, go holler at it. Hey, you right, I got you. Is that a crime? Hell no, not in my eyes. Because everybody that watched this shit, girls and men, can know when they was in some shit that they wanted to do and just regretted after they did it. So a lot of this shit with Puffy is just fucked up, you know what I mean, to make him look bad to the mass. So when they pick the jury, he looks crazy. But all that shit they got Puff charged on, yo, I just don't believe it, bro. I really don't believe it. The Tupac murder, let me get into that. The Tupac murder is not unbelievable, meaning that if somebody run around and saying this theory, the theory can be believable because Pac was disrespecting the shit out them boys. So you could be like, oh, yo, he coulda, shoulda, woulda. You know what I mean? If was a fifth, we all be drunk. But it's almost 30 years ago. 30 years ago. It's no statute of limitation on murder, but it's 30 years ago. I just don't think a murder from 30 years ago has hard creek evidence because banks that you could have did wire transfers in and shit. 30 years ago in the 90s, technology wasn't as high as it is. If we say, 20 years ago, we might could do technology, but all that shit and all this shit, I just don't know, bro. And all of this shit is in a mix why he's set for trial this year. You know what I mean? Why is he set for trial this year? They didn't give him a bail. They just making it hard on this man. And nobody got killed. I don't think no one got shot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that you hold a person without a bail is like, yo, hold up. Like, come on, man. What type of threat do Puff Daddy really oppose to society? Society with him saying, yo, y'all could guard it and do the home monitor. The feds are playing a dirty game. I don't think they dismissed. I heard they denied the dismissal with Keefe D. I heard they denied, and Keefe D gonna have to go to trial. You know what I mean? That's what I heard. I heard they denied it. I saw that they denied it, and Keefe D is still going to trial. Yeah, they ain't Keefe D. Keefe D talk too much. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'll tell you, Keefe D. Yeah, this is the rule. I'll play for you right now. Hold on, I'm going to play it for y'all right now. Nobody give a fuck about Keefe D. They say Keefe D has no immunity in Las Vegas. Damn. All right, let's go. Hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. So we getting into this Keefe D motion.
I proceed with oral argument, Your Honor. The state is saying that basically we were
hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment.
I disagree with that. Here's the reason why. We are not contesting probable cause. What we're contesting is after all of the evidence has been delivered, there's no corroborating evidence. There's nothing. And then the state also stated that we're just looking for a corpus delicti. You just have to look at the body. If there's a body, there's corpus delicti. And that's just not the rule, Your Honor. There has to be, obviously in this case, a body. But the state has also alleged that this was assisted, promoted by a gang. And so those facts have to be evident. And the only way we have those facts is from Mr. Davis's own mouth. The other participants in this, which I'll talk about in my second argument, are all dead. And so, but for Mr. Davis speaking and giving those statements, there is no corpus delicti in this case. I'll go to argument 2. And that's Mr. Davis' right to a fair trial and due process. The state pointed out the correct standard of review for that, and I don't disagree with that standard. However, the part that we disagree with,
hit that notification button, y'all. Hit that subscribe button, y'all.
They're saying, well, the witnesses that
hit that like button. Hit that like button.
Speculative. Well, it's speculative as to what the witnesses would say. In those cases, yes, that would have been the situation. In this case, it's different. I'll just concentrate on these 4 witnesses. Eric Martin, and just for the court's edification, Eric Martin was the person that supposedly gave the gun. DeAndre Smith was in the backseat. Terrence Brown, he was the driver, and Orlando Anderson was alleged to be the actual shooter. Without these 4 co-conspirators
It's no case.
being alive, being available at trial. Basically, Mr. Davis is completely prejudiced from proceeding. And his defense is he made this all up for profit. These individuals, these co-conspirators, have to exist in an effort to kill
That makes sense.
Tupac Shakur.
That makes sense.
If they're not alive, if Eric didn't give him the gun, if DeAndre wasn't the driver, if Orlando didn't shoot, we don't have a murder according to the state's theory, which is following, again, solely the omissions. So we go back to when was this information available to the state? I would allege that it was available all the way in 1996. Everybody knew Orlando Anderson was in a fight with Tupac. Well, he wasn't in a fight. He got beat up by Tupac and other members of his gang.
Yeah.
Viciously. He was
I think he's gonna beat it
right off the bat. There should have been an alert. The police should have been searching for Orlando Anderson, but we always knew where he was because he went back to LA. They could have been in contact with him. They could have gotten statements from him.
KVD ain't lying.
Statements from Mr. Davis. They could have gotten
KVD really not lying.
They knew all of these players way back in 1996.
Yep. It's 30 years
I don't
later.
know what happened. I'm sure Mr. Giacomo doesn't know what happened in regards to why the district attorney's office did not proceed with prosecution or at least an investigation at that time. But it's a tactical delay
Some niggas in there looking like, what the fuck?
against my client because now all of these players are dead. I'll fast forward all the way to 2009. In 2009, the Metro officer comes down to LA and gives us, Mr. Davis gives the statement. That statement, all of the elements of this murder and what the state will attempt to prove at trial if the trial goes forward, is what Mr. Davis had said. They had that information. They did no investigation.
Yeah.
At that time,
KVD really told the story that they was telling. He just put himself in there.
Terrence Brown was still alive. Orlando had passed in 1999. I think DeAndre Smith in 2005. But at least two major players in this co-conspiracy are past. The DA's office, again, does not do any investigation beyond that. And so, with that, we feel that my client's sufficiently prejudiced beyond repair. It leads me back to the immunity argument. In 2009, I counted, well, I'll just go through the pages, Your Honor. In that 2009 discussion with the Las Vegas Metro Police Department's officer, Detective Long, on page 3, he says, no intent of arresting Keefe. Page 11, I'm not here to arrest you. I'm not here to arrest you. I'm not going to arrest you. Page 12, you're free to leave. I'm not going to arrest you. You can go wherever you want. Page 103 and number 4, Terrence Brown was still alive, and the detective said, I was not going to arrest him. Page 134, I want to close the Tupac case. Page 138, this is confidential and covered, and you cannot be charged on it. Basically,
that's what they saying. Basically, that was California.
Was given the information by the LAPD. The LAPD had a immunity agreement with him out of the 2008 confession. The 2009 confession came by a product of Detective Dupree. Detective Dupree set that up.
Damn, Keefe
The
did.
only reason he set that up and why my client would have
If KVD gets out of jail, KVD gonna be able to do a lot.
That immunity was going to be provided.
We got to hear the ruling on the judge. We just got to get to the judge. Let the judge do it. I just want to hear it with the judge, the ruling. Okay, here go the ruling with the judge. We played enough. Yeah, man, let's go.
On journalism side. All right, now let's say there's no body ever found, there's no video, there's nothing. It's only my statement that I killed someone that makes this crime exist. However, here, that is not, in this case, that isn't the case. There is corpus delicti because Mr. Shakur was shot and eventually passed away from his injury. An autopsy was completed. His death was determined to be homicide by gunshot wound. And ultimately, it's a situation where the crime has been established. That a murder occurred because of the body of Mr. Shakur. So I will deny it on those grounds. Regarding the pre-indictment delay argument, as you both cited, looks like the standard that's laid out federally in People versus Nelson, I'll use that standard. A delay in prosecution that occurs before the accused is arrested or the complaint is filed, so we're looking at a pre-indictment delay argument. That could potentially constitute a denial of the right to a fair trial and due process of law under both state and federal constitutions, and then determining whether prejudice to the defendants occurred. The court needs to balance the harm to the defendant against the justification.
Yes, he did.
Here, it's clear that some of the witnesses are now deceased, and there is definitely evidence that has been lost. However, you find there is a justification for the delay, and a pretty significant one. Uncovering information on Mr. Shakur's murder was ultimately no easy task. There was the interview in 2009, but it's clear that there was, at the attorney's suggestion,
Definitely walked himself to jail, bro.
At that time, was not getting full information. He was sort of trying to obscure information and make it very general so that he would not be charged with murder, as his attorney indicated. It was not until ultimately the Constant Street Legend book was released in 2019 that Detective Law then sought to establish the words in the book are actually defendants and to corroborate those things. The prejudice of the death of those four individuals who have been identified had already occurred at that time. Additionally, it took the next several years to gather that evidence, and ultimately led to the June 23rd, 2023 search warrant of the defendant's residence. After that search warrant was executed, then the grand jury indicted the defendant after several meetings in September 2023. The defendant has not provided any evidence to establish that the delay was intentionally done to gain a tactical advantage, like the prosecution laid in bad faith. I don't see that the state really does gain any sort of tactical advantage here. I still think it's a good enough battle for them, given what they have. And ultimately, they can't get complete justice for Mr. Shakur because of the deaths of those other people, including Mr. Anderson, who's the alleged shooter in this incident. And so I ultimately don't see that this is a situation where the state really got any advantage by delaying, and in fact is themselves hindered. And so overall, I'm going to deny on the pre-indictment delay argument and turn to the immunity argument. It's fairly clear that the state of Nevada has never offered the defendant any sort of immunity. The federal government did in some capacity, but it doesn't appear to be complete transactional immunity. The court agrees that the interview defendant gave the federal authorities in 1998 cannot be used against him as per the terms of the agreement. I think that's something that the state also conceded in their motion. However, the defendant has not produced any sort of agreement showing the federal government offered him transactional immunity from ever being prosecuted for this crime. In the 2009 interview that's been referenced multiple times throughout these arguments, Detective Long's assurances of not arresting Mr. Davis really go to whether he was in custody for purposes of Miranda or things like that. Additionally, he didn't have a warrant at the time, so that was an accurate statement of the law. There's nothing in that that can imply transactional immunity. Additionally, the defendant's attorneys at that time of that 2009 interview with Detective Long kind of show the opposite conclusion, that he is concerned with the defendant being charged with murdering Mr. Shakur, and that which leads me to believe that Mr. Davis did not have transactional immunity in the view of his attorney, and that's why his attorney advised Mr. Davis to keep it vague. And at that time, Mr. Davis did listen to his attorney, but his subsequent interviews and his self-proclaimed biography did not keep it vague. As the years passed, Mr. Davis revealed additional information on his own volition, and presumably for his own pecuniary interests that connected him to this, the alleged death of Mr. Shakur, allegedly at Mr. Davis's hands. And I do find the state is entitled to use that information freely given by the defendant with no prompting by governmental authority and released to the public in its prosecution. So I'm going to deny the motion on that. Overall, dismiss is denied, and the state is to appeal the order consistent with this rule and with its opposition.
Thank you.
All right. Regarding trial readiness, where are we at with that?
Can we approach you?
Of course, yes. Give me 1 second to pull up some.
Told you. Keefy D, I told you, bro. K&M, like, I told you, they denied that shit. Done. Yeah, Keefe D got denied. Keefe D walked himself to jail, bro. Like, yeah, you got that right. He walked himself to jail. Then his defense is he just doing it. What it made kind of sense. Like, man, I'm just telling the story that they've been telling. You know what I mean? But he told in the beginning he ratted. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Keefe D's a rat slash a clout chaser. And he's getting what he deserved. I wish no man on prison. I wish no man, woman, or child go to prison and go behind them doors. But when you ask and you beg to go behind them doors, he talked too much. You got damn right. Like, what the fuck, bro? I would just been like, hey, I was in Vegas that day, you know, Tupac. I heard, you know, my words would have been, I heard. Keefe D, I saw the Vlad interview. That's when I was like, a few years back, when I was really watching Vlad. So I watched it and I said, this nigga crazy. But I never thought that he was going to be charged because I thought it was so old. But I know in the court of law that it's no statute or limitation on murders, like robberies, like rapes, like certain shit that you can forever be charged with it. You know what I mean? Certain crimes. So I'm like, man, you know, Keefe D, you know, when I seen the motion to get it, he's an older guy. They're not going to get much out of smashing him. But Tupac's a cold case. And now, I guess 30 years later, they want somebody to pay the price for him. Keefe D is the definition of ignorance. He's ignorant. He has to be one of the most ignorantest people that I know. That I don't know him personally, but that I know from the internet. Keefe D, man, told on himself, bro. Keefe D told on himself, bro, and Keefe D might get that alley rock. And if you want to know what that alley rock is, that's a life sentence. When bluffing goes wrong, there you go, man. That should have been a time. With the next video I do probably later on, when bluffing goes wrong. That's the fucking, bro. You hit the AK&M, you hit that definitely on the hip. When bluffing goes wrong, and you're facing a life sentence. That's got to be the most dumbest shit that a man will sit in jail for. Like, I cannot see myself sitting in jail for the next rest of my life because I want to confess to some shit that happened in the fucking 90s for a $10,000 Vlad check. And now Vlad, which is other than a culture, which don't care about Tupac, don't care about Keefe D, his videos will make money. His grandkids, his kids will make money off of Keefe D confessing. So it's just it's terrible, bro. It's terrible, and it just lets you know that. And Keefe D 60 years old, so he's out the 70s. He know better, and he still did it for the love of money. For the love of money, being too slick, talking too much, bluffing, and you're facing a real life situation. Dry snitching. Now he just want to take the stand and lie and tell on everybody he can possibly tell on. Because that's what rats do. Simple and plain. There's nothing else to discuss. There's nothing else to think about. That's what rats do. Rats do that. Rats do things like that. And him as a rat, you know what I'm saying? He's going to do what rats do. Rat. And that rat will sit in prison, you know, for the door rage. I don't think they're going to give Keefe D life for this shit because it's so old. Because I've seen a lot of dudes, you know, watching Law and Crime and watching a lot of these court channels. I've seen a lot of dudes get caught up for those old ass murders and, you know, get a little bit of time. But it's not even a little bit of time. 10, 20 years for Tupac murder is a long fucking time for Keefe D. Anything but time served and probation is a long ass time for Keefe D. So Keefe D gonna rot in jail, and then they're gonna take all of his provincial rights. Like, he's not gonna be able to do books, he's not gonna be able to write about it or not. If Keefe D gets out of jail and beat the Tupac murder, then it's a media frenzy. Then he'll probably make $1 million. Because the Las Vegas and the California area will support that. That media will support that. So he could go on $1 million run and just go into hiding after that. You know what I'm saying? Keefe D can write a couple tell-all books about experience in jail, beating it. You know what I'm saying? He will get the celebrity status that he want if he beats it. If he gets out of jail, he'll get the celebrity status. People want to do the movie of Keefe D. All this shit will come into play. He'll make millions of dollars. I promise you. You know what I mean? I promise you, type in his name, he's already in the algorithm. So anything Keefy D do, if he's getting out of jail, and then the court system know this. Like, you'll get out of jail, you want to make a lot of money. He's gonna run around. He's gonna feel invisible. Alpo thought the same thing, yes, but you know, in the difference for Alpo told in the streets, and Alpo killed a hustler, a real live hustler. And not only did Alpo kill a real live hustler, Alpo killed a lot of people. Keefy D never been caught up, you know, of for this shit. You get what I'm saying? Alpo was just had a red dot on his head anyway. You know what I mean? Everybody wasn't feeling Alpo. DC dudes wasn't feeling Alpo in a lot of different places. So Alpo, you know what I'm saying? He was gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? And the same way like Keefy D's in that gang stuff and politics, and Pac did beat up a Crip. You know, Pac did hurt a Crip. Keefy D is a Crip. You get what I'm saying? And he's an old ass Crip. So you know what I mean? I mean, you know, with jail politics, I don't think Keefy D is getting, he's an old Crip, and then they might understand whatever the homie did, whatever Keefy D did. So Keefy D probably won't get no bullet in his head. You know what I'm saying? When he come home, he's just old. He'll be able to move around and talk about Tupac murder and his trial, and then he's gonna come back and say he never did it. Keefy D is going to just be full of lies and games to the day that he died. You know what I'm saying? Keefy D will be full of lies this game. Now, one time that they made a report that Keefy D is on protected custody, he's having a hard time in jail. If they did, it wasn't that serious. That was just him being old. Well, we all know Keefy D gonna have to do it if he wants to get out. He gonna lie too long. He gonna lie just forever. And people gonna pay him for that lie. People gonna pay him his little money to get on that, to tell that lie, bro. Like I said, bro, like, and then they gonna want to do a biopic for him. Then he gonna do documentaries. Then he gonna start documenting his life. It's a lot. It's a lot of money involving Keefy D if he's out of jail. That's why White 100 tried to jump on top of it early. Like, it's a lot of money involved with Keefy D if he gets out of jail. If he don't get out of jail and he dies in jail, people will make money off his story. But if it just looks better, it's a lot better if he's home to tell his story. Because the Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls murder is ancient history. It's definitely in the history books of hip hop. You know, they were two of the best lyricists, two of the best people that ever touched the mics, and they were so young and so great that made a huge impact globally on what we call today is the hip hop community. And you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people that love them dudes are still living, and you know, but just Keefy D, just an old nigga. The niggas just be like, man, if I see him, I slap his brains out. But you know, a bullet ain't worth it unless it's coming from, you know, Pac family. And Pac family is just like this fake nigga, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Orlando Brown, if Keefy D telling the truth. I believe, and the crazy part about it is, I believe Keefy D knows what happened, but I don't believe Keefy D was in the car. Keefy D knows what happened. I mean, it's his nephew, whatever. He knows the story, but I don't believe that he was in the car. You get what I'm saying? That's why they didn't charge him back then. You get what I'm saying? And when he came forward, he wanted some immunity for some shit he did. Them people, Tupac case was hot for a long time, and them people just really want to close the case, bro. You know what I mean? It's a cold case. They want to close it, but forever, Tupac will be talked about. You know what I mean? And Keefy D is just going to be in that rotation of the stupid motherfucker that confessed to Tupac murder, but didn't do it, but knew who did it. That's how I feel about Keefy D. You know what I mean? Yeah, Pop acting like that. Pop out of order, man. Pop out of order. And Pop is going to reap the benefits of prison. I'm quite sure that food's not good. I'm quite sure, you know, the guards are not treating him the best. I'm quite sure it's just hard on an older man that went to prison, because he wasn't in prison for a long time. So he was home, you know, living, you know, in Vegas, and you know what I'm saying? Sunlight every day. Now he's an older guy. It's not like he's did this. This is 96 and he's younger. He's 30 years younger. And then he's facing his time. He's facing his time, and his next number 70, 80, 90. I'm talking about in age. His next number, his next 10 years is 70, 80. You know what I'm saying? In the joint. So just for talking too much. So if Keefy D can live with that, Keefy D can live with that. But Keefy D is just a wild turkey, bro. At the end of the day, Keefy D is a wild turkey. You know what I'm saying? A wild turkey that got himself in a serious situation when bluffing goes wrong, just like my man said it. So let's get into this officer that was locked up in this big case. Daniel Hersl. Hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. Right here. So we had a case in Baltimore that was crazy. About this. I'm gonna play this for y'all first. So y'all can know what I'm talking about. But Keefe D going to prison. Keefe D is going to prison. That's fucked up, Keefe D. I don't even be laughing at no shit like that, bro. But that shit ain't no joke, bro. All right, I'm gonna play this and I'm gonna get into this. Come on, man. Hit that like button. Hit that like. All of them part of it, if you ask me, was sloppy. Everybody running around trying to clean it up, and lies and straighten everybody. Just terrible as all are getting the comment. Yes, sir. They definitely.
As a federal judge has denied former Baltimore. Welcome back. We are following some breaking news right now as a federal judge has denied former Baltimore Police Gun Trace Task Force member Daniel Hersl's request to be released early from prison. Now, Hersl filed an emergency motion for compassionate release, saying he has a terminal cancer diagnosis. Currently, he is serving an 18-year sentence and was convicted back in 2018 on racketeering charges for robbing citizens and falsifying information. So again, the judge denied that request, noting the severity of Hersl's crimes.
Okay. So, if y'all want to know who Daniel Hersl is, here we go.
It is a story Baltimore knows all too well. Now the nation is learning of the disgraced and corrupt Gun Trace Task Force after the recent premiere of HBO's new series, We Own This City. The show chronicles the rise and fall of officers on what was once an elite squad. Shelley Orman is looking into where those officers are now.
Fox 45 covered every aspect of this, from their arrest, the plea deals most took, 2 trials, and the officers' sentencings. It has been several years since those court proceedings, so today we're updating you on where the officers involved now are. If you say the letters GTTF in Baltimore, most people know exactly what you're talking about.
After HBO's new series, We Own This City, many more people will too. It's a scandal that came to light in 2017, rocking the city and police department. A total of 8 officers on BPD's elite gun trace task force were convicted for racketeering, robbery, extortion, and overtime fraud. The officers admitting to flaunting and abusing their power for almost 10 years, using their badges to commit crimes. They stole drugs and money. Members pled guilty to robbing citizens during street and traffic stops, making illegal searches in people's homes, planting evidence, and providing false affidavits and police reports to further their crimes. In some cases, the group made arrests based on bogus charges that resulted in people being sent to jail for years. Now they're the ones serving time. The 8 GTTF members were sentenced to a combined 112 years in prison. 2 of the 8 have since served their time and are now on supervised release. More on that in a moment. The heaviest sentence was given to former Sergeant Wayne Jenkins, a leader on the task force. The 41-year-old is serving a 25-year sentence in a low-security prison in Ashland, Kentucky. His release date is in 2038. Former Detective Daniel Hersl is serving an 18-year sentence. The 52-year-old is in a medical prison in Springfield, Missouri. His release date is 2032. Former Detective Marcus Taylor is also serving 18 years. The 35-year-old is in a low-security prison in Forest City, Arkansas. His release date, 2032. Former Sergeant Thomas Allers serving a 15-year sentence. The 53-year-old is in a low-security prison in Sumterville, Florida. His release date is set for 2030. Former Detective Jamel Rayam is serving 12 years. The 41-year-old is in a medical prison in Rochester, Minnesota. He's set to be released in 2027. Former Detective Mamadou Gondo is serving 10 years. The 39-year-old is in a low-security prison in Butner, North Carolina. His release date, 2025. Former Detective Evadio Hendricks was sentenced to 7 years. The 31-year-old was just released in February 2022. Also released is former Detective Maurice Ward. The 42-year-old was also sentenced to 7 years and released in February 2022. Both men will be on supervised release for the next 3 years. Attorney Jeremy Eldridge explains under Maryland law, they served their time.
All criminal defendants in the federal system never serve 100%. So the fact that they were released after doing 5 to 7 years is pretty common.
Can I get some more donations?
To how much time you do on a federal prison sentence. The second part of it is these criminal defendants really admitted to conduct, although it was under a RICO charge. The conduct was getting money for overtime that they didn't work, or claiming that they worked while they were on vacation in the Dominican Republic. They were definitely different acts when compared to what Wayne Jenkins was accused of and what he pled guilty to, which were committing acts of violence against Baltimore City citizens. So different defendants, different crimes, and different prison sentences.
Both men released are from Baltimore County, Randallstown, and Middle River. And the fallout from this continues to this day. A total of 13 officers have been charged. And it's also led to, with the consent decree, new recommendations for BPD's hiring, training, their oversight, and accountability. Shelley Orman, Fox 45 News.
So the gun trace task force gave Baltimore City hell. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They gave us hell out here. You know what I'm saying? I ran into them. I never, you know what I mean, got locked up for them. You know what I'm saying? But they was some dog motherfuckers. They were planting drugs on people. They were doing stuff. So Daniel Hersl is, suffering from
Been a jaw-dropping, high-profile case that we've been following for weeks.
So, he's suffering from some type of cancer. Y'all heard him just say that. And the judge denied him last year, but now I think they gave him some type of sympathy, and he was serving 18 years. And, you know what I mean, Wayne Jenkins, who was the sergeant in the head, he got a quart of water. You know what I mean? He's probably a skinhead now. He went to trial. He didn't tell. So, you know what I mean? I don't think you'll hold accountable once you go to prison if you was police. Not if you don't run across nobody. Not if you don't run across nobody that you did something with. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But Daniel Hersl was supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, released from prison. And when the man's dying from cancer, they've been locked up. They've been locked up a long time. gun trace task force boys been gone for a long time. So, it's pretty much, like the dude say, they serve their time. They serve their time. They serve they serving their time. I guess when you commit a crime, you serve your time. You feel what I'm saying? You serve your time. Boy serve his time. So I guess his family been fighting for him that they don't want him to die in jail. You know what I mean? So back to what I was saying. You get what I'm saying? They will make he served his time, bro. He fighting cancer, and I guess it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I mean? He may only got but so much longer to live. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. But I can say one thing: it ain't a game. It ain't a game. It ain't a game. It ain't a game. And that's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. And what's up with academic, man? They say academic caught doing the unthinkable and doing whatever he was going to do. You know what I mean? So that's crazy. You know what I mean? But the internet, it never fails, bro. The internet is just super crazy. Internet is super crazy. It's super crazy. The internet is super crazy, man. So I gotta get into my man, Donald Trump. Boy, just 1 week is coming up that he been in the office. And what damage did he cause, to be honest with you? What damage did he cause? You know what I mean? What damage did he cause? You know what I mean? What damage he caused? He 5'7" independent watchdogs. And they said, somebody heard it say, Donald Trump firing people they sleep. Y'all remember from his show, you're fired. That's what he used to say, bro. You're fired. What was that? Entrepreneur? What was that show he had? Yo, he used to tell niggas he was fired.
The president's first week returning to the White House and his cabinet beginning to take shape this morning. The Senate confirming Kristi Noem as Secretary of Homeland Security, just hours after Pete Hegseth was sworn in as Secretary of Defense. All of this as President Trump travels to Las Vegas to wrap up his cross-country road trip after touring disaster zones in North Carolina and Los Angeles. Overnight, the president fired at least 17 inspectors general across multiple federal agencies, eliminating some critical government oversight and sparking backlash, as you would imagine, from some Democratic lawmakers. Here's Senator Chuck Schumer speaking from the Senate floor this morning.
This is a chilling purge, and it's a preview of the lawless approach Donald Trump and his administration are taking far too often as he's becoming president. These dismissals are possibly in violation of federal law.
ABC's Perry Russum has the latest for us. Perry, let's start with the president's cabinet taking shape. As we mentioned, Kristi Noem just confirmed after Pete Hegseth's narrow win. What has the response been like, and does this mean anything for future cabinet picks?
Yeah, so we are starting to see some momentum with Trump's cabinet now taking shape, with Noem being the fourth cabinet member to be passed through by the Senate. Her vote was 59-34. So with her, we did see some more Democratic support than we saw with Pete Hegseth last night with that 50-50 vote that was broken by J.D. Vance. But Noem did post online after she was confirmed saying, I will work to make America safe again. So we are starting to see some Democrats support more of Trump's cabinet picks. We saw that 99-0 vote for former Senator Marco Rubio, now the Secretary of State. But some names to watch going forward: Tulsi Gabbard for Director of National Intelligence, and then RFK Jr. for Health and Human Services Secretary. They could see some more pushback compared to some of the others that we have seen, more in the line of what we saw with Pete Hegseth going forward.
Right, and Kash Patel for the FBI as well. Right. President Trump firing 17 independent inspectors general at federal agencies. There's a lot to talk about this. You heard Chuck Schumer just now. What more can you tell us?
Yeah, so at least 17 have been fired that we know of. These are essentially independent watchdogs from different federal agencies who are kind of like checks and balances within the federal government. But the issue that's at hand right now is the way that this was done. We are hearing from some members of Congress who are concerned about the way that Trump fired these people, because what's supposed to happen is the president is supposed to give Congress a 30-day heads up that these people are being fired, and he has to give them a reason why they are being fired. That did not happen, and we are hearing that from some Republican leadership as well, including Senator Chuck Grassley, who is saying, look, we want to know why this is happening, why these people were fired, and that simply did not happen this time around.
President Trump is out in Vegas today for a rally. He's obviously doing things differently, and there are these series of rallies. What's the focus today?
So the speech tonight's going to be on the economy, so we can expect to hear things like tariffs, which is kind of, this weapon that he has been waving in front of other countries for the past couple of weeks, saying, if you don't do what I want you to do, we will tariff you. He's talked about that with Mexico. He's talked about that with Canada. But with these Trump speeches, he likes to go off script, likes to go off teleprompter, talk about different things. So we could hear him talk about Hegseth, a victory lap on that win last night for him. And then possibly even some of the latest updates from overseas with Israel and Hamas, with some of those hostages being released.
And we're going to talk a little bit about that now. Perry Russum, thank you.
If you're thinking...
President Trump issues executive orders to crack down on people in the country illegally and those seeking asylum. Texas leaders say they're ready to help.
We'll do whatever it takes. We're here to be a good partner. Again, just getting these violent criminals who've been hurting our sons and daughters off of our soil.
We look at the efforts underway now to support new immigration policies. Texas lawmakers lay out their plan to help Texas parents pay for private school. We look at what's in the bill to launch a voucher-like program in the state and the battle ahead at the Capitol. The future of AI is taking shape in the heart of Texas.
We want that technology to grow, to expand. We want that innovation to happen here in Texas. And it is.
As President Trump announces hundreds of billions of dollars in investment, we look at how state lawmakers are preparing for changes that could reshape the future of our state and nation.
Produced from the Capitol in Austin and airing statewide, this is the award-winning State of Texas.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Josh Hinkle. Hours after President Donald Trump took the oath of office, his policies started to affect migrants seeking asylum in the United States. Trump shut down the app that thousands of migrants used to schedule appointments to have their asylum requests considered. Migrants who showed up at the port of entry in El Paso for their appointments Monday got turned away. Buses used by Immigration and Customs Enforcement continue to drop people off at ports of entry and escort them back into Mexico. That is routine, however, and it's not clear if there is an increase. Our reporters along the border say there appears to be a decrease in the number of people arriving on the Mexican side of the border attempting to cross into Texas. Meanwhile, in Ciudad Juarez, across the border from El Paso, Mexican authorities are building giant tent shelters to prepare for an anticipated influx of deportations. The temporary shelters will have the capacity to house thousands of people. The Texas Land Commissioner says the state is eager to help President Trump tighten the southern border. She outlined some of the steps underway as the new White House sets its plan in motion.
On the everyday.
Some breaking news, a Department of Homeland Security official confirming that the Commandant of the U.S. Coast Guard has been removed from her position over leadership deficiencies. That was a quote. and operational failures. I have extensively reported on the Coast Guard's cover-up of sexual assault cases. We don't know if that played a role at all in this. CNN's Natasha Bertrand joins us now for more. I mean, this is a pretty significant move, Natasha.
It is, Pamela, if not just because it really shows that this could be a sign of things to come in terms of how President Trump and his administration deal with military leaders that they feel are perhaps focusing too much on diversity and inclusion initiatives, which is one of the stated reasons, according to this DHS official, why Admiral Fagan was relieved of her duties as Commandant of the Coast Guard. Now, we did ask the Department of Homeland Security for reasons why she was relieved, and they did send us a list that included things like failure to address border security threats, prioritization of those DEI initiatives, which Secretary of Defense, future Secretary of Defense, if he is confirmed, Pete Hegseth has said is going to be one of his priorities in removing from the department once he does get installed here, as well as Operation Fouled Anchor, which is that investigation into sexual assault and sexual abuses committed at the Coast Guard Academy that was covered up by the Coast Guard beginning in around 2018. Now, Admiral Fagan, she was not directly involved in that. However, she did signal to members of Congress last year when she was grilled on the sexual assault investigation that was not disclosed to Congress that she was aware of certain aspects of it. And according to the Department of Homeland Security, that is one reason why they felt like she needed to be terminated as part of her in her position there. But still, you know, I think the broader picture here is that this is the first kind of, termination of a senior military leader that we have seen that has been explicitly kind of linked to the promotion of those diversity, equity, and inclusion programs within the military. And in fact, this is not the first time.
Hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button.
By Trump's allies back in August.
Trump going for broke. That's all I can really say. Trump going for broke, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Donald Trump is going for broke. That's bananas. So we got my man. So I'm just gonna flash through some news in Baltimore. You know what I mean? This is one of the disturbing news, man. A woman got knocked off for killing her 11-year-old daughter. Like, this is crazy work right here. Hey, yo, bro, he really fired people. He really going for broke. That's why I be telling vloggers, I don't see how y'all ain't tapping into Donald Trump. He giving you all the content you need, because every day for the next 4 years, that boy going to be making a move, Jack. President Trump making a move every day till he get right. He's the talk of the town.
On Middle River.
She was a nice little girl. Very well-kept, very soft-spoken little girl. Just innocent.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Kai Jackson. We have live team coverage tonight of that disturbing murder. In a few minutes, Keith Daniels has more on the outpouring of grief from Baltimore County tonight. But first, Fox 45's Vincent Hill joins us live with what we're learning about videos London's mother apparently posted to social media. Tonight, some wonder whether this tragedy could have been prevented. Vincent, that's a question that's going to haunt people for some time.
Yeah, absolutely, Kai. And what you're about to see and hear in one word, troubling, but it paints a picture of who Baltimore County Police say killed her own child.
Y'all just don't even know that I am going to kill y'all for bringing my daughter home.
Troubling words from a mother now charged in the murder of her 11-year-old daughter.
For not letting her live her life.
Charging documents providing more insight into what Baltimore County Police say happened.
Y'all gave my daughter HIV, or my 11-year-old is running around with HIV.
According to investigators, 34-year-old Kiana Dillon strangled her daughter, London Olson. Investigators say London had a ligature mark on her neck and blood was on the floor by London's head.
Definitely surprises me because I knew she was a little girl.
A neighbor sharing this video, Baltimore County Police responding to the home, providing more details of what else may have happened inside the home.
My daughter's room is like in the back of the house. So one night she just was like, she heard screaming out in the backyard, and she was drowning them with the water hose.
Dillon
had an outstanding warrant for threat of arson issued in 2022. Baltimore County Police saying they couldn't serve the warrant because they had no fixed address for Dylan.
The cop said that they just got a call 3 or 4 days ago for a SA at this location, but they didn't believe it to be true.
Fox 45 has learned that just prior to this call,
Someone's calling now in reference to a possible deceased 11-year-old.
police were at the home.
Is this the same address you went to earlier?
Yes, that was. Mother we were looking for earlier is 99.
99 or 1099, meaning she was wanted by police. That contradicts what County Police told Fox 45 previously.
Dang.
This recent Facebook Live video posted by Dylan suggests she knew police were looking for her.
Y'all trying to get me. Oh, y'all was trying to get me. I seen all the police. I'm waiting for them. Because the moment that they shoot, y'all are going to hear a ringing noise in y'all ears.
Fox 45 reached out to Baltimore County Police regarding their prior attempt to find Dylan, asking, was this on the same day as the call regarding London being deceased? Was there any contact made at the time with anyone inside the home? What was Dylan wanted for at the time? And what was the resolution of the call? Baltimore County Police say they're looking into it. Meanwhile, while we wait for those answers,
the other children were being abused. They had bruises on them.
Dang.
And it's just unfortunate. It's sad. It's very, very sad.
Dang.
And sad indeed. Dylan was in court today. She was denied bond. She actually wanted to represent herself.
Damn.
The judge denied that motion and ordered her to have a psychological evaluation. For now, we're live in Baltimore. Vincent Hill, Fox 45 News.
Vincent, thank you. And as Vincent mentioned, Dylan has an extensive criminal history. When she was 15, Dylan was also convicted of attempted murder. In 2018, she was convicted of second-degree assault. And in 2021, she was accused of threatening to commit arson. She failed to appear in court for the arson charge, leading to a warrant for her arrest in 2022. I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another.
Dang. Dang. Oh. Whoa. That's a fucking rude awakening, bro. I heard people talking about it, but I never, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, got into the facts of it. You know what I'm saying? It's a big story in the city, and I just be watching so much news, but I knew I was going to play that clip. You know what I'm saying? It's a bonus. Everything that's on my thumbnail don't always be in my, it's going to be in my video, but then I give you more. That's why you got to subscribe and like and hit that notification button. But now she's charged.
A county mother is facing charges in connection with the killing of her 11-year-old daughter. According to police, 34-year-old Kiana Dillon is charged with first-degree murder.
Tonight, Fox 45 News is delving into the charging documents as disturbing details are coming to light. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kai Jackson.
And I'm Mary Bubala. Let's go straight to Fox 45's Rebecca Pryor. She joins us live after the suspect's first court appearance today as her family is speaking out. Rebecca.
Yeah, Mary and Kai, I spoke with family members off camera today. They tell me that the mother in this case, that she was in the midst of a psychotic break, and today in court, a judge did order that her mental health be evaluated. Now, as you said again, the details of this incident, they are disturbing, but the family
she definitely got mental health issues.
Warnings and calls for help that they believe went ignored.
Just a few months ago, captured on a relative's cell phone during their family's Thanksgiving celebration. 11-year-old London Wilson, dancing, laughing, and full of life. The once carefree moment, now a heart-wrenching memory.
The child should be in the basement.
Thursday, police responding to reports of a child in cardiac arrest. When they arrived at the family's Middle River home, London was found dead in the basement.
Not conscious, not breathing.
The girl's mother, 34-year-old Kiana Dillon, now charged with her murder. According to charging documents, investigators finding bruises on London's neck and arms, as well as blood around her mouth, nose, and hands. They also found a plastic drain cleaner on the floor that they believe Dillon used to strangle her daughter. When interviewing Dillon, detectives claimed she was acting erratically and said groups of people were trying to set her up. She also believed London was in a relationship with the child's father and admitting to killing 4 of the family's pets to show her daughter what would happen to her if she didn't tell the truth. During Dylan's bail review hearing, the erratic behavior continuing. She demanded to represent herself in court and shouted fictitious law numbers at the judge. After denying bail, the judge appointing Dylan a public attorney and ordering a competency evaluation. Behind the scenes, the victim's aunt speaking out on social media, saying in the days leading up to the incident, Dylan exhibited alarming behavior, such as sharing disoriented and concerning messages on Facebook. The aunt claiming she made numerous calls to local agencies, but was repeatedly rerouted. Maryland's Department of Human Services claiming privacy laws prevent them from commenting on the case, while police claim they never received any calls. However, Dylan's criminal history is extensive. In 2005, when she was just 15 years old, she was convicted of attempted murder. In 2018, convicted of second-degree assault. And in 2021, accused of harassment and threatening to commit arson. The accuser writing in their complaint, Dylan has a very violent past and is still violent. She is a threat to society and a threat to me, my children, and grandchild. Dylan never showing in court, sparking a warrant for her arrest in 2022. Years later, Baltimore County Police never serving it. A police spokesperson claiming no fixed address and a misspelling of the defendant's name delayed the process. Fox 45 following up, asking if 2 years is an acceptable delay, and the police believe they could have done more to protect this child. Those questions going ignored.
Now, another piece to this puzzle this evening. Family members, they tell me that London was missing from school for quite some time. Additionally, sources tell us that London and her mother, they were both seen at the ER at the University of Maryland Hospital this week. However, despite concerns being raised from nurses and doctors, I'm told security did not detain them. Baltimore County Schools and the hospital both saying tonight that they can't comment on this case due to HIPAA laws. Meanwhile, tonight, the state medical examiner has done an autopsy and they've determined that London's death is indeed a homicide. Reporting live in Baltimore County, Rebecca Pryor, Fox 45 News.
Damn. What? This breaking news.
These are your top CBS News Baltimore stories for Sunday, January 26th. I'm Yana Massey.
Running through them,
Police
y'all.
are investigating after a 9-year-old child was injured in an accidental shooting in Northwest Baltimore. Police responded to those reports of a shooting on Saturday afternoon on the 3500 block of Ingleside Avenue. When officers arrived, they found a 9-year-old girl with a gunshot wound to the head. She was then taken to the hospital in critical condition. Police Commissioner Richard Worley said they are investigating the incident as a self-inflicted accidental shooting. But due to the victim's condition, homicide detectives are also responding. Anyone with information is urged to contact detectives or Metro Crime Stoppers. And in Cecil County.
Dang, that was just breaking news, Jack. That shit just popped up 30 seconds ago. Here we go. About this case. I just realized about this, or just, kind of like just knowing about this. Because we had the Christmas Eve shooting with dudes, she killed the son and dudes of this capacity. So I'll speak on this briefly. Mental illness is real. You know what I mean? Mental illness is real. And the reason why police and schools and hospitals can't react to certain shit is because people fake too much. Yeah. Yeah. So when you run across people that fake so much, you can't identify the real thing, especially if you're a person that truly don't give a fuck. So I say that to say, you see a girl coming out of the hospital, she got bruises, there's a nurse bitch in there, there's a nurse in there, a security in there, they looking and seeing things ain't right. They see things ain't right, right? So are these people around, listen what I'm saying, like, so you a kid walking in, you looking, this mother looking crazy, the kid looking crazy, and everything looking crazy, but You go off the American rule. You mind your business. So I don't want to point the finger at people and say certain people fail people, because you got to watch when you say that, because it's two things. It's a gift and a curse. You could be minding your business and you could get in some business and it ain't right. The kid's hard-headed. They went out there. They don't listen to the parent. Parent just had something happen. That's why this looked that way. And then you have something that looked that way and is really going on. You understand what I'm saying? Something can look the way the kid could have got in a fight the other day. They just rough kids and they look rough. And you're at the ER and you got a mother or father in there. They probably they just going through shit. This is one scenario. So if you jump in that, it's like, hold up, I got a whole motherfucking Benz outside. Ain't nothing wrong with my kids. My daughter, she be, what the fuck is wrong with you getting in our business? So you got that people. Then you got a person that people look fucked up and everything, and this shit is really going on. So when you in them ERs and you in them school systems, Joe, you see a lot of shit. And it's confusing and scary, because if you overstep your boundaries in those jobs, you could lose your fucking job. So before I say, yo, people fail people, nah, it's the family that failed. It's the people that know that the girl, it's the people that personally know her failed. If y'all know this girl crazy and y'all know this girl doing shit, who steps up to the plate and go defend the children? Y'all saying y'all want public service people to be like, oh, and mind their business, because like I said, yo, when you work in a public eye, bro, it's so fucking confusing. And if you mind somebody's business, it could lead to your death. Working in ERs, working in schools. Look at that lady. Grandma just got killed fucking around in these schools. So, yo, the world is so fucked up, bro. You don't know when to step in. And that's something that our community made like that, bro. You don't know when to intervene because you don't know what the fuck is going on, because people do so much fuck shit. You understand what I'm saying? That makes sense to y'all. People do so much fuck shit and fake shit. I'm confused. Because if I see the girl on the internet having meltdown, all I see people on the internet having meltdowns. I'm keeping it real, like, oh shit. Is this the real thing, or you having a meltdown? Because if I'm having a meltdown, I'm not grabbing my phone. Me personally, but maybe people just like for people to see them crying. Maybe people like for people to see them upset and think people give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? The average person is following 1,000 people, so you're just one out of you're one plus how many other people go to this app, 799, to go in there and looking for a hug or a fucking kiss. But if somebody really on this app crying out for help, you'd be like, damn, yo, is this the real thing or it's fake? Because the world is so fake. And now because the world is so fake and people play so much, innocent little 11-year-old princess lost her fucking life. Lost their life. Lost their fucking life, bro. Lost their fucking kids are losing their fucking life because people play too much. You know what I mean? Now, when it comes to these service workers, yeah, yo, you should know the difference when it's the real thing and the fake thing. But like I said, bro, you do that shit, and then the police officers come around. It's a chain of command. The chain of command don't find nothing wrong. You're looking like the bad person. Girl lose her kids because she was going through stress. You're looking like the bad person. So people mind their business. I'm sorry, it's sad. I come out of era where somebody sees something fucked up, they gonna intervene. But the family is first. A family's in the courtroom saying she need mental help. They should have been in the courtroom every goddamn day if they really cared about them children. If y'all family members of them people and really cared about them children, bro, you would have been in the courtroom every day. You would have been going by checking on them. You don't care what fuck how violent she is. Because at the end of the day, you do something to me, I'm gonna slap shit out you. Nobody in her family loved them kids that much to check up on them kids, and knowing that she's fucked up mentally, 15 years old, charged with attempted murder. Not even the baby fathers. You get what I'm saying? Like, not even the children fathers. Like, come on, bro. If a nigga was living with her, like, what the fuck? Said a kid had AIDS and sleeping with the father. Like, man, I don't know, man. The world is different. World is different, bro, and it is heartbreaking. You know what I mean? Take the children. It's very, very sad because I see people do that all the time, bro. Like, I see people do that all the time, bro. I'm not gonna get deep into that shit. You don't know if it's the real thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just confusing. So I'm saying, bro, the family of those children, that's what's important, bro. They should have covered the children, father, grandmothers, anybody. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that say they love them kids and knew something was going on, supposed to pursue the issue. I done been in the hood and seen motherfucking chicks beefing in the fucking, what's they called? Them goddamn people coming in fucking with their kids and ain't nothing happening to their kids, yo. So it's like, yo, the world is crazy, bro. And 11-year-old girl got to pay the price of this crazy world, but she don't even get the understanding what mental health is. She don't know what's wrong with mommy. Like, mommy is her queen. She love her mother. That little girl love her mother, dancing and having a good time, but she don't know mommy sick. But mommy mother knows she's sick. Mommy brother know, my father know, everybody know mommy sick but us. That's the everybody know my mother, something wrong with my mother but us. We just looking at mommy, she off a little bit today. Come on, bro. It's people at fault. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying go mind people business, but bro, if you was a family member or you live next door to them people and you said the little girl, one was saying, you heard a scream, bro. A scream would make me knock on the door. Hey man, them kids okay? Hey, fuck you. Y'all all right? You know what I'm saying? I'm that type of step up person. But everybody ain't like that. Everybody ain't like that, bro. Everybody not like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then some people have to mind their business. I'm not mad at nobody for minding their business. Like, you minding your business. If you see something with your own two eyes, I'm quite sure if they seen her in the ER strangling the kid, they would have jumped on it. But like, you don't fucking know. So you mind your business. And minding your business could lead to somebody hurt. You know what I'm saying? Minding your business could lead to you. Not minding your business. Minding your business could lead to somebody hurt. Not minding your business can lead to you hurt. It's a seesaw. You know what I mean? But the family, you know what I'm saying, they knew that this lady was unstable, bro. Should have been more involved, bro. Should have been more involved in that, bro. You know what I mean? Should have been more involved in that. Should have been more involved in that. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? To each his own, bro. You know what I mean? That little princess had to sacrifice for her brothers and her siblings to have a better life. And it's fucked up to say that, but that little princess had to be called home by Allah and made her soul reach the highest part of Jannah. I mean, made her soul reach the highest part of Jannah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Made her soul reach the highest part of Jannah. The highest part. The highest part. Because that little baby didn't deserve to die by no means necessary. And I'm glad the court system is getting that mother help. But that mother would never walk the streets again or ever be around her kids again. You get what I'm saying? And mental health is a real thing. And she'll never be around her kids again, and they'll medicate her and they'll calm her down. And she'll be a psychopath behind the door, which millions of people would say is well deserved, and she deserved that shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? After doing something like this, hell yeah. You know, you need to get help for your mental being so you won't go inside of this facility and hurt nobody else or hurt yourself. But your freedom is taken, and you know, return won't happen. When I was stranded out on powder, my family took my kids, told me I can have them back when I get myself together. That's family. You know what I mean? I'm in your walls, hearing noises. Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? So your family love those children enough to say, hey, you can be strung out and do what you want to do, but we not about to watch our cousins, nieces, or nephews go through this. And that's what family do. So that's the first thing I didn't want to. I don't worry about no fucking family. From them, oh, the family's in court today. And man, what the fuck are you talking about? You spoke up in court today. Nigga, why you didn't speak up yesterday, the day before yesterday? The girl was 11 years old. Why you didn't speak up 5 fucking years ago, bro? Whenever this occurred and whatever y'all noticed something was going on and y'all know this person, y'all should have all got in the squad and said, yo, no matter what, everybody pick a day. They gonna go check on the kids, make sure the kids is good, bro. And then the fucking neighbors, what are you listening to? I get it. Couples argue, kids are loud. But you can hear on these thin ass walls when something ain't right going on. When something ain't right going on. And the police was called. The police said they didn't see nothing. They can't do that. But It's a black person in Baltimore County. Did the police take it serious? You know what I mean? Do the police get dumbass calls like this all the time in that area? I don't know, bro. But all I'm saying is the family and friends should have been more involved in the situation. I don't want to hear nothing about what y'all got to say. I respect what y'all got to say, but at this moment, keep it to yourself. Save it for trial. Because me, just as a person, I don't know them people personally. It's none of my business, but I am very, very disappointed in the family. Me, with this situation, fuck all that pointing the fingers at all these other people. I'm disappointed in the family. Because when them kids really needed y'all most, y'all wasn't there for them. So one of the siblings had to take their life, had to lose their life to save their sibling's life. Whether that was the youngest one or the oldest one. That little baby, which is an angel, sacrificed herself because of her mother's mental illness. But fucking people can post a fucking camera with her dancing on Instagram or Facebook and Twitter, but you can't go knock on the fucking door and check on them kids every day. I'm different. Look at my Instagram post. I got some steaks frying with roaches on the wall and say these motherfucking phones got y'all blindfolded. And I know that probably went over everybody's head. But the message I was sending, bro, you so caught up in a motherfucking phone and you so caught up in the hype that you forgot what the fuck going on, where the fuck going on, where you come from, your past, your present, and your future. Because if you stuck in that motherfucking phone and you could take a holiday picture of the little girl dancing, and bitch, you could get the fuck up and see the girl doing good every day. You fucking viral moment ass people. Like, come on, bro. So that's what I'm angry at. Don't get the plan with the school. Everything they want to say, school. No, family. And after that, yeah, the school could have probably did more, of course. But what the fuck? What the fuck, bro? Like, y'all, if people want to point the finger at everybody, her family failed her. Anybody that said that they love her that's over the age of 21, I'ma keep it beat about it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody in her family that's over the age of 18 years old could have knocked on that door or could have made their way out there if they cared about them kids. So don't hit me with that. And I'm not being a brutal person to say you didn't love those kids and you didn't care about them, but those kids wasn't priorities. Don't confuse it. Don't confuse love with that. People confuse that all the time. Don't confuse love with that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be a brutal person to say you didn't love them kids, but those kids wasn't priority to you because you didn't care about their well-being. You love them when they come around. You know them holiday families, birthdays, Easter, Christmas, cookouts. You know them family members. So you cool to do that. So just say, yo, I'm a person to deal with them when I see them, bro. I respect that more than you getting up here saying, oh, those kids need help and this and that and all that crying shit. Yeah, man, don't start this fucking fake crying and doing all that shit on the father's side or the mother's side, and you wasn't stepping up to the plate to make something happen. And I know the courts and systems can be fucked up with and doing shit, and people got rights, and I know they give you the run around. But hey, if an innocent 11-year-old kid ain't worth the run around every day and ain't worth the fight for, that's cool too. But just don't be a part of the crowd posting and faking. That's just my thing. You know what I mean? That's just my thing. Them phones be blindfolding y'all, man. And that little girl lost her life. So when people talk about they love this person and they love that person, you got to watch out for that shit, bro. Yeah, you could love a person. Yo, yeah, got that right. You love me. I'm not denying that. And it's something easy to say. But having my best interest at heart is a totally different thing from love. It's a totally different thing from love. You could love somebody and have their best interest at heart. You could love somebody and not have their best interest at heart. You know what I mean? That's that long handle spoon shit. So that's you know what I mean? People ain't that, some of us is and some of us not. But overall, it's more people that could love you but not have your best interest in heart, not give a fuck what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? The love is when I see you. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of that love going on now. 65% of the love today is that when I see you, love, when you in my face, love. You know what I'm saying? That's that type of shit. When I see you and when I'm around you, it's love. Like funerals. funerals, weddings, Christmas, Thanksgiving. You get what I'm saying? That's the love days. That's that when I see you love. That's when I see you love. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Labor Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, birthdays. They are at funerals and hospitals. They are the I love you days. Once those days are over with, it's back to I don't have your best interest at heart. You get what I'm saying? So before everybody get on here and comment, the system failed them. The school system failed those kids. The police department failed those kids. Hold up, wait a minute. No, the family and friends failed those kids. When you knew that girl was crazy and you knew that woman was psychopath and you knew that woman was out of motherfucking order and you ain't go check on them kids, you to blame. Don't get to blame people in no hospitals for minding their business. Don't blame the police to go to the car and say, I don't see nothing going on. You know what I mean? Don't blame people that know the reality of things. Blame the family. They blame that motherfucker who posted that little girl on their page when she was dancing, having a good time. Blame that person because they wasn't going to go check on them kids, bro. So that little girl sacrificed her life for the other 3 kids, bro, to live. And you know what I'm saying? And that girl was stronger than any of you motherfuckers that post. That little girl had to suffer from her mother going through mental illness, and that little girl had to die for the rest of her siblings to have a chance at life. So, you know what I mean? First thing you say, oh, the school system, the family was in court today and spoke out. She has, what the fuck is y'all? There you go. Another camera person, another internet moment, another viral moment. You talking to the news. Why the fuck wasn't you talking to social service? Why weren't you knocking on the door every day? Why weren't you telling the school, yeah, her mother crazy. If y'all see any foul play, can you give me a call? Why weren't you doing that? But when a woman locked up and the murder already done, you talking to the news. Fuck out of here. I'm tired of it, bro. I'm tired of seeing shit happen and people just run around, just be acting like that, bro. Don't point the finger at everybody. Point the finger at the people that's supposed to be there. And no, nobody was supposed to be watching the kids. Nobody was supposed to be taking care of the kids because that's their parents' priority. But when you know that somebody is crazy, that's like knowing my brother, for instance, and just having a brother or sister, I know they're a violent person. They beat the shit out the kids. Now, if I say that's my niece and my nephew and I love them and I care and I approve on different levels that I really care, I'm checking on them every day because I know my sister is mentally fucked up. I'm checking on them every day. I'm checking on them. I'm calling them. I'm paying for their cell phone bills. I got my bitch involved. You know what I mean? I might have my girl family involved. I might got a homeboy. Yo, when you in the area, check on it. Yo, my cousin or my sister be beating on them. I'm serious about it. I don't know how to go to the police and the social service. My girlfriend or her mother or whoever might know, but I'm putting people that love me on point about it. Yo, this happened. You know what I mean? This happened. They're keeping in the G News. What up? Sean Eamon's happening with me all morning. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you get what I'm saying, though? So that little girl was murdered, bro. That one was psychopath. I see you reported on that, G. She was psychopath, bro. And a little girl lost her life. And the first fucking thing I heard when I click on it, it played a clip from Fox, is a family member spoke out in court. Spoke out in court. Bro, I'd be ashamed if I was in that family. I'd be ashamed. I'd be ashamed. I ain't speaking to no courts, bro. Like, I can't do that. I'd be faking. I'd be faking speaking to the courts. You know what I mean? And I'd be faking posting on the internet. You get what I'm saying? That's what I say, bro. The phones, bro. The phones, bro. Everybody posting, bro. If y'all go to my Instagram page, look at that, bro. I really mean that. The phone blindfolding people. That shit blindfolds people. People don't live in reality, bro. People live in, I want the world to know how I'm feeling. And can y'all give me like, shares, or can somebody please jump in my DM? Cause somebody holler at me. You know what I mean? Shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So somebody please, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. Make sure I don't be at events and all on people grams and shit. I'm a fucking, do podcasts. I don't even take pictures with half of the celebrities I be around, bro. I don't got time for that shit. I don't post every moment of my fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Every fucking moment of my life is not paying me. I'm trying to post shit that's promoting what the fuck I'm doing, bro. I'm trying to get some money. I can't fake. You know what I mean? I ain't looking fake on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Look on the internet, the last thing you know, for real, like up-to-date picture, just like of me. Like, I don't do no fucking faking, bro. And I'm tired of that shit, bro. And I heard people talking about, people say, this is something big. Drill music killing our community. Hip hop killing our community. Okay. All right. So now my new argument in my video later is hip hop versus the fucking phones. Everything that comes with a phone. Hip hop versus a phone. At one time, you could just get CDs. If you had cable, you seen videos. Hip hop versus Instagram. Hip hop versus Facebook. Hip hop versus Twitter. Who you think killing the community? Talk to me. Who you think fucking up the community worse? Okay, hip hop got their bodies. Hip hop got life in prison. Man, hip hop might get a motherfucking pill, because this motherfucking social media shit crazy. It's crazy. It's too fake. It's too fake, bro. It's too fake, bro. I like to watch shit of mother. I watch a guy on social media when I'm on Instagram or something. He be sleeping in Alaska in the woods. I know y'all probably seen a white guy. That's one of my favorite things I watch. Because I say, what if the world get fucked up one day and a nigga gotta go live in the cold and we gotta survive in the wilderness? I watch shit like that, honestly speaking. And I watch motherfuckers and them Eskimo dudes freezing their food and making an ice box freezer. I look at stuff like that, bro. I look at a lot of goddamn crimes and how they be convicting people, bro. I look at cryptocurrency. I look at Elon Musk and the robots. That's what I think about. And I also watch a lot of podcasts and content creators because that's what I do. I'm a content creator, so I watch a lot of niggas' channels. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit I'm subscribed to, a lot of shit I'm not subscribed to, bro. But I'm a knowledge person, bro. You know what I mean? Like, when I post on the internet, I'm trying to post a million out a day. When I post some shit every day, when I post, I'm putting that shit on. Ain't no faking. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no faking. You know what I mean? You see my head. I don't be faking. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time to be faking. I don't have time to be laughing. I want some money. You know what I mean? I come out and trap where today. I be fly tomorrow with the money. I be fly as a bitch tomorrow if you tell me it's the money involved. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's it. But I just don't. That shit is sad. And that shit is very, very heartbreaking. And the world is getting, and then one thing, you don't have to be Muslim or you don't have to be, you can be any religion you want to be, but you know at the end of your book how it spells out the destruction of the earth. And that's destruction of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Innocent kids losing their lives, women losing their lives, social media got everybody living a lie. Like, God damn it, Jim. It's a long way from segregation. So sometimes I be wanting to hear the minds and the thoughts of old 70-year-olds, and people used to be like, yo, why you? I heard people say all the time, even my significant other, like, why are you in a rush to be old? And I be like, why are you not in a rush to be old? And it's like, yo, I'm not in a rush to be old, but I would like to age. Because, you know what I mean? I realized, and it took me so long to realize, the older you get, the more wiser you get. And then the older you get, the more you see shit change. So the older you get, you be able to provide the information that's not going to be provided to the kids or to your family members that need it. You know what I'm saying? With the older people not letting us know, oh man, they was pulling this. People don't even know if this new tactic they did in the 70s, they doing in 2025, because people don't want to sit down with dudes that was born in the 50s and still living, that still got that knowledge to tell us certain shit that we wasn't unaware of. So I say the older you get, the more the longer your history book in your brain is. So you get to give out a lot of knowledge. You get to add to our culture. Because they saying that the African culture is a dangerous species here on the shore for North America. But that's a little too deep, and I ain't gonna get on there. You know what I mean? We're watching everything being online. Now it's gonna be internet mobs. You get what I'm saying? Nobody's paying attention to Elon and the robots. Nobody's paying attention to these smart cars and these electric cars. Nobody's paying attention to when a serious crime happened, how the police department could watch out. Nobody movie but me and a few other people favorite movies, Enemy of the State. I say that all the time, bro. When I knew back then when Enemy of the State, Will Smith was in that movie, I knew that we was on camera. But I knew we was on camera. I'm just being 100. I'm like, yo, and shit that they was doing to him was unheard of. So we was all watch that movie like this. All the shit that they was doing to Enemy in the State, and look when it came out, it was like, man, what the fuck? The average person didn't watch that movie for the message they got. Now it's 20 some years later after that movie came out, and look at it. Be warning, Charlene. Absolutely. And I'm gonna tell you why. People just crazy. I remember being in school, and one of my projects I made was called the Hubble Telescope. And they said this was going to go up there and take all these pictures in space and it would never come back. And I remember, it's on my geek shit. But anyway, when I saw Enemy of the States back then, I was thinking to myself, like, if they could put this in a movie, then this has to go on. Like, how, you know what I'm saying? Like, shipping on, like, they have cameras of the 30s and the 40s and the 20s. So it's like, yo, I had a cell buddy in jail. And he said to me, yo, they said computers came out this time, right? But look at the Star Wars movies. They had computers and shit back in like the 50s or whenever the first Star Wars came out. So I'm listening to him and he was just telling me, like, you know what I'm saying? It was a world before planet Earth. He was like, yo, the things that we know is a planet, another planet is beyond us. They're in year 3000. Shit like that. This is what me and my bunk buddy talking about. He like, because he was a deep reader. It's a white boy. He was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? He like, yo, think about it. Make it make sense. Like, planet Earth, we trying to find if it's life somewhere. But if you believe that life is just on Earth, you insane. That's what he said. He said, if you think life on Earth, if planet Earth is the only place where it's humanity at, you insane. And I know that goes over y'all head. I know y'all people don't think that deep, or people don't think a street dude to think that deep, but yeah. And I said, yo, you right. Because in fucking Star Wars, they had computers and was talking and shit. And I remember the cartoon, the Jetsons, like all this advanced technology was in our face. Just like the Simpsons and the world, all that shit be like in our face. And you be like, I remember that, somebody throw it out in the public. No, they just people with deep thoughts. Deep thoughts? How the fuck do you predict that planes are going to run into the World Trade Center? How do you predict that? How do you predict that on a cartoon that's supposed to entertain children and young adults? Like, come on, bro. The Simpsons, one of the longest running shows ever. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this. It's science that back that theory. But that science won't be put out to the mass, because that'll make the mass on Earth leery. It has to be another planet with life on it, bro. It has to be. It's no way impossible that it's not. With all the planets. You know what I mean? And it's science to prove that. You know what I mean? Pyramids was built. Things were built before mankind hit Earth. I truly believe that. You know what I mean? I truly believe that. How the fuck in the 50s? I'm gonna see. I'm gonna do this. What year did Star Wars come out? 1977. Right? 1977. Right? In 1977, right? 1977, right? 47 years ago, 47 years ago, them boys was beating me up, Scotty. Them boys had they were showing on TV a technology and all these boards that wasn't seen nowhere else. Hollywood was just that smart. Fuck out of here, man. You know what I mean? Fuck out of here, bro. Like, but that's another thinking. But back to the lecture at hand. I'm saying, when it comes to family and it comes to things, stop posting everything. Stop getting so caught up in that phone. You get what I'm saying? And just stop doing that. And for those kids, don't blame people that have a day-to-day job to do with people minding their business. We all have police officers that stepped in and intervened and then got in trouble because nobody wanted them to intervene. You get what I'm saying? So if a doctor go out the way and say, oh, this woman is abusing her kid, and the kid go to the detectives and say it never happened, that doctor can be sued or fired. If a security guard overstep their boundaries, so just don't act like we don't got people out here that scam and sue and play games. And game playing could get people that's not playing games fucked up. Did your grandmother or your uncle, your mother or your aunt or your uncle ever tell you in your life, if you lie, then nobody would never believe you if you ever telling the truth? That's a true statement. If you are known as being a liar, or you known as being a game player, or you known as certain things, people's never going to put nothing past you. Straight up and down. So people that's police officers, doctors, and school system, people intervene and get fucked over. People intervene and save lives. It's just what you got in your heart that day. But I blame the family that failed those motherfucking kids. Family and friends failed those kids. And then after the family and friends take accountability, then we can go to the school could have did a little bit more. Responding officers could have did a little bit more. Social service could have did a little bit more. We could get to that because it all makes sense. But let the family take accountability first and foremost. Let them take accountability, bro. Let them take accountability and stand on that business. And that's for shit show. Hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment, man. 13 people in here, 13 likes, that's fair. But I just feel like out of the 13 people, all of y'all just in here now did not hit that like button. Hit that like button, man. Push this video into the algorithm. It don't cost you nothing. Shout out to Candy Kane for donating to the channel. Charlene for tapping in. Ty Boy, he's still here with me. My brother, keeping it the G News, man. Make sure y'all go out there to check out the motherfucking the old Cyrus of this shit. You know what I mean? The bookworm, the study of all studies. My brother keeping it the G News, bro. I missed your call yesterday. As soon as I jump off, you definitely calling you for our conversation. And by the way, I know a lot of you content creators be faking out here, acting like y'all fuck with each other, acting like you want to show love to each other channel, but fuck the channel, right? Fuck the. Let me just keep it real with y'all. Fuck YouTube. Fuck me sharing the video. Fuck keeping it a G sharing the video. We share real life situation as black men. We talk. We creating a friendship beyond this shit. And I tell them almost after every call, yo, we gotta link up and do something. You know what I mean? And there's no, yo, why you ain't do this? There's no, yo, your channel. Nah, we creating a real life situation. We talk a lot about this internet shit, but we on some real nigga shit. Like, bro, how we gonna be ha on the internet? We just getting to know each other. You know what I mean? Like, on some real authentic shit. And I really stand on that. Like, me and bro rap all the time. Like, hit my and ain't no, I just keep calling nigga phone. Nigga call me, I call him. We raps, and that's authentic, bro. That's authentic. And that's what I'm saying. I wish a lot of people should be more authentic. You get what I'm saying? More authentic. But I'm living in a world and I'm in a business where that's just ain't it. You get what I'm saying? I be telling G all the time, like, yo, I remember watching a Kanye West documentary that his homeboy put out. Y'all need to watch that on Netflix. If it's still on, it should still be on it. And he said that, him and Ye, he was with Ye from the beginning. He seen Ye one time and he looked at him and Ye looked at him and hugged him and said, yo, it ain't nothing personal. I'm in character. It ain't nothing personal. I'm going to get back with you. I'm in character. So I told you all the time, a lot of these dudes is characters. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's chess, not checkers. Or people always say this chess, not checkers. And I say this, so it depends on what game you playing. I can't play chess. I can't play checkers on the chessboard. And I can't play chess on the checkerboard. So what game we in? You heard me. What game we in? I'm that type of thinker. What game we in? So if we playing chess, I gotta do chess moves. If we playing checkers, I gotta do checkers move. You know what I mean? But the boards, you know what I mean? But the dance floor the same. Just different pieces. You know what I mean? It's different ways you're gonna do it. But to the naked eye, the boards look the same. The boards look the same, but they work different. You know what I'm saying? So what game we playing? You have to be me. You have to be more specific with me. That's the type of person I am. You gotta be more specific with me. You know what I mean? Well, it's not chess, not checkers. What game we playing? I personally don't like none of them. My favorite game is Monopoly. I think Monopoly is better than chess. I think everybody say, oh, chessboard, this and that. But I say, yo, the concept of chess, think about it. The concept of chess. What's the most powerful piece on the board? What's the 3 top pieces on the board? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And what's the mission of a pawn? Suicide. And who else is on a suicide mission after this? Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Come on. You know what I mean? Come on, talk to me. Damn me. No, that's a fact, though. How can you walk to me and tell me? Because I believe that a lot of people post and say shit that they just heard, but don't know the meaning. You walk up to me and you say, yeah, bro. Or I come out to Kansas, you say, yeah, out here, yo, it's chess, not checkers. Automatically, I'm offended. Like, so, all right, why you tell me that? We on the chessboard or we on the checkerboard? Because I got to know what game we playing before you tell me this chess, not checkers. Okay. All right. It's chess, not checkers. Okay. That's your analogy of it? Okay. Play chess. I don't know how to fucking play chess. Then what? I know how to play checkers. So it's chess, not checkers to you. So it's checkers, not chess. Me. So what we doing? You know what I mean? Some shit just be slick sayings. You get what I'm saying? Some people, what I say is the concept of chess, not checkers. I understand what a person means when they say that. I do. But so many people say that and don't know what the definition of that. They're defining it the wrong way and they're using the word in the wrong way. And that could offend somebody that absolutely understand what you're saying. You understand what I mean? That's it, man. That's just free game for you. You know what I mean? That's it. That's it. That's playing on my top. And nigga, how do we get in discussion? It's chess, not checkers. I didn't know we was playing a game. Because chess and checkers is a fucking game. That's my point. It's a game. So I didn't even know we was playing a game. So we fucked up right there. It's chess and checkers is a game. You can buy them from Rite Aid, CVS, Walmart, and shit. My fucking life you can't buy from a department store. My situation ain't sold in a department store. So what you mean it's not chess, not checkers? Because both of them games. I ain't playing no game. And like I said, man, if I'm playing a game, it's Monopoly. So what we talking about? You know what I mean? So that's my chess move. You know what I mean? Because then I'll just start going back. Why you think life is about chess? If life is just about chess, then it's just set up for people to die. It's set up for people to be on top. Everybody can't just be on the chessboard surviving, even on the chessboard, even in Monopoly. So none of these games are meant for all the pieces to make it. Cool. Nothing on this board. It's only one piece to make it to win the game. So when you play this game, you get what I'm saying? A rookie that played a game could have somebody knock him off by making a wrong move. With somebody that's a wizard on the chessboard, they can knock him off with all their pieces standing in. But how many good chess games that all the pieces are still there? The foundation of the chess. A good old chess game, a lot of people did. A lot of pieces off the board. And that leaves somebody sitting at the top by their fucking self. Know what I mean? That's a game. That's a game. That's a game. You know what I mean? We ain't here to play no games. Hit that notification button. Hit that. The pawn can evaluate into any piece on the board. If you know how to move, is a lesson on survival, most people focus on the bigger pieces because the distraction is easier out that way. A corner man could become the boss, right? A corner man becomes a boy becomes the head of the household after his, father passes, and he's old enough to take over the house. You get it? You get it? When that boy take over the house, it's not a game. So that's my finesse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get into that. And that was that was a real game that dudes in prison played a lot. And a lot of the nicest chess players I seen in prison, they just wasn't successful when they got out of prison. With all that analogies of this board, that's why I stick to it as a fucking game. You get what I'm saying? In real life shit, you could add the way chess is played to the way that you move to make that a part of your package. But don't take that too far with you, because remember, it's a game and you're dealing in real life. You know what I mean? I tell people that with Squid Game. Yeah, Squid Game's nice. It's a fucking game. You get what I'm saying? It's a game. But I tell you where ain't a game. That goddamn war over Gaza ain't a game. That little girl getting strangled to death ain't a game. How you play chess? How the rules of chess apply to that little girl that got strangled to death? That's what I'm saying. How do the rules of chess apply to that? You understand what I'm saying? How do the rules of chess apply to that? How could that little girl play chess to get out that situation? And kids supposed to play games. The reality is the queen struck. That's the most powerful piece on the board. Get another clip, bro. Cause see, I gotta do another segment with that, bro. We could go think and argue all day. Cause I got one of my own boys about to come home, and he's super smart. He said he wasn't a yes man. Yeah, I said, yo, well, the difference between I would say this way, the difference between a yes man and is a difference between a yes man and a man that got something to say about everything. It's a such thing as called constructive criticism, and somebody is just talking to hear they self-talk. And anybody with common sense could understand when it's coming out the ear. Because, you know what I mean, people don't drill advice for so much, they give it. People are going to look at everything before they make suggestions and understand. Can't watch one or two things and say, yo, this is I'm going to advise you with this, or I'm going to advise you with that. Because at the end of the day, you're just talking. You know what I mean? You're just talking. Real talk. You're just talking. You're just talking. Man, I gotta get into this ASAP Rocky. I'm not getting into ASAP Rocky first day. Man, Donald Trump been in their lifestyle. Steelers say biggest off-season priority is bring back Russell Wilson. That gotta be the stupidest shit ever. Steelers bring back Russell Wilson. I'm gonna step down this year as a Steeler fan. Like, Russell Wilson is not that. No. Hell no. Russell just not that, bro. They say Trump introduced ERS in the income tax, as we know. I gotta hear this. You know what I mean?
A big chunk of your paycheck for income taxes? Well, what if I told you that income tax, as we know it, could disappear forever? Well, that's exactly what the new incoming president, Donald Trump, is suggesting with the groundbreaking announcement of what he's calling the External Revenue Service. Now, the plan is to stop taxing American citizens and to start collecting revenue from foreign trade instead. Now, this isn't just a small tweak. This would be a complete rewrite of the entire U.S. taxation system that could be the solution to freeing Americans. Now, it's not just some crazy idea. It's actually taking things back to how things were in the past. So in this video, I'm going to break down the details of Trump's ERS proposal, what this would mean for the U.S., what it could mean for the rest of the world, what the probability of something like this even going through is, and of course, what to expect and what we can do regardless of what happens. So make sure you stick around, because this could be one of the most important financial shifts of our lifetime. So let's go. All right, we're jumping right in. We're going to talk about this new proposal by President Trump. And hang on, before you may turn this video off because maybe you're not from America, not from the United States, this matters, right? This is going to change the entire globe's trade and how this works. And so make sure you stick around to the end, regardless if this affects you as an American citizen or not. But you probably heard, whether you're an American or not, of the IRS, which is the Internal Revenue Service, which was started in 1913. We'll talk about that in a second. But he is now proposing the formation of the ERS, which instead of internally revenue service is an external revenue service. Now, this is the I for the E. Now, this started with his tweet that went out right here. And actually, you know, it didn't really start here, but let's start here. Okay, so he put out a tweet: for far too long, make America great again. For far too long, we, the American people, have relied on taxing our great people, the very fine people. They're so fine, the fine people, right? Taxing our great people using the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS. He says that Donald Trump will create the external, all in caps, External Revenue Service to collect tariffs, duties, and revenue from there. Starting January 20th, 2025 will be the birth date of the ERS, External Revenue Service, to make America great again. So this is happening. This is going to happen. And this is what he is saying is going to happen. Now, basically what he's proposing is, instead of taxing the great American people, as he said, let's get money from external people. External people, ERS, that are shipping money in. So this is basically tariffs or taxes. And the reason why I say this didn't just start with his announcement is because during his first term, he started to increase tariffs on countries shipping stuff in. I'll break all this down for you, what this means. Now, just to say, like, again, this didn't just start here. It started back when he started doing tariffs.
It's deep right there. Hit that like button. Hit that like button.
Running to become president, he started talking about this. As a matter of fact, if we go back to look at some of the stuff, he pledged during the 2024 campaign to impose import taxes, tariffs, of 10% to 20% on all foreign goods. So 10 to 20% across the board. We'll come back and show you what 20% means a little bit later. But basically across the board, taxing stuff 10 to 20% with tariffs, and up to 60% on Chinese goods. So he's like, hey, look, these guys are taking American jobs. They're sending low-price stuff over here, subsidizing even their stuff maybe at some point, and we're destroying the American economy. We're not getting any money out of this, and so he wants to stop that. He wants to increase tariffs and bring all of that back. And I'll show you what the impact of all that means. Now, tariffs or taxes. At some point, the government needs to have money, right? So where are they going to get it from? And I say right because let's take a look at that. Okay, so first of all, there has some historical precedence for this. So it's not like this is some harebrained idea. He's pulling this back from historical precedence. So before we had the IRS, which was formed in 1913, the United States funded itself in a completely different way. As a matter of fact, other nations today even do that as well. Let's hear from President Trump on this exact thing.
Hit that notification button. This is deep. Y'all better listen.
Pay a big price, and the big price is tariffs. And he'd speak like that, but he was right. And then around in the early 1900s, they switched over stupidly to, frankly, an income tax. And you know why? Because countries were putting a lot of pressure on America. We don't want to pay tariffs. Please don't. You know, they, believe me, they control our politicians. We had a commission meeting in the I think it was 1887. Think of this problem. We were so rich. We had so much money. We didn't know what to do. So they set up a blue ribbon commission on tariffs. And the sole purpose is what to do with all the money we had. We were so rich because we were taxing other people for coming in and taking our jobs. And China does it. That's what China did. If you want to open a factory and sell cars, if you build a factory here or have a factory, they don't take our cars. They wouldn't take our cars. But if you build a plant in China, you can do that.
All right, so you heard it directly from President Trump's mouth that there used to be a different system. We used to tax goods that came into the service, and that would pay for the government to run. As a matter of fact, he said that there was such a big account, there was so much money, and 95% of all income for the government came from those tariffs at that time. Now, again, you know, we can see headlines that are saying, like, well, how did that happen? I'm going to break that down for you. But just to kind of show you some of the numbers, we can jump on Wikipedia. I don't really like the framing of this, but we can see that tariffs have played a key role in the trade policy of the United States. Their purpose was to generate revenue for the federal government. Obviously, that's what Trump was just saying. It says here, it was aimed to reduce the trade deficit and the pressure of foreign competition. So again, he doesn't want the other countries subsidizing their goods, sending cheap goods into the country, and then decimating our industrial base, our economy. Between 1861 and 1933, they had one of the highest average tariff rates on manufactured imports in the world. So before the creation of the Federal Reserve, that's how that was done. Now,
this
sort of like pay to play, not live. That's what Trump is saying. So like, instead of like people having to pay, Americans having to pay to live, how about these countries or companies pay to play? If they want to sell goods in, they should pay, not the American people. Is that good or bad? Well, there's no such thing as good and bad. There's trade-offs. So I'm going to show you what those trade-offs are. But we can see here until World War I, tariffs amounted to around 50%. So up to the creation of the Federal Reserve, they were, or the IRS and the Federal Reserve at the same time, 95%. By World War I, they were down to 50%, and then they went to zero.
Dang.
Today, tariff revenues account for very little U.S. revenue, very little. However, they're double what it was pre-Trump, because again, Trump was the one that kind of got this going, this whole ball going again. Now, I want to show you about the trade-offs, and I want to show you the probability if this is even going to matter and what it means for us either way. But before we do, I want to show you that this is not just old history. This is not just the way it was done pre, creation of the Federal Reserve or the IRS. As a matter of fact, you might notice that other countries, and if you're watching from another country, you might be living in a no income tax area. As a matter of fact, before I jump in to break this down for you, let's hear from another president of the nation.
Y'all know how serious that is.
President
Y'all get your whole checks. You get your whole check.
When I talk to my conservative friends right here, they always tell me that the problem is high taxes. But they're wrong. Of course, high taxes are extremely high here in the United States. I give you that. You're right in that. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is not the high taxes themselves, but the fact that they are not even really funding the government.
So Donald Trump vicious, bro. He's doing a deportation, right? He's getting all the people that's here illegally out. And then he's saying everything that comes in the United States going to pay a 20% tax, and he's going to get rid of income taxes for the American people. And what that does, me thinking just as a businessman, when he gets rid of the income tax for the American people, that means when you get your check, if your check is $10,000 or your check's $500, you'll be getting your whole $500. You won't get $300-400 taken out for taxes no more. It's federal and state taxes, bro. At least he abolished the federal tax, and the state taxes, of course, you have to pay on your house. So when all the illegal immigrants, illegally, not the ones that's here that's paying taxes and doing the right thing, get out the country, that open jobs. Charlene just said that they came down there. She's from Virginia. She said that they done came down there and wiped the whole McDonald's out. So what that do is hella jobs is open for McDonald's. So when they do this raid, everything opens back up, and then the president say, I'm going to do away with taxes. So dudes that work construction, exactly. So dudes that work construction and make $1 a week, but only bringing that $8.15 home or that $7.95 home, is going to be able to really bring $1 a week home. So you going to really make all your money, yo. Like, come on, yo. And they just ain't going to just give you $10,000 at the first of the year. You know what I mean? You ain't going to carry your kids and get all this taxes back because the money that you paying, you ain't got to file exempt no more, because you don't got to get all your money taken out. Because when you order from Timo, Shein, Alba Bobby, all these foreign countries and buy this stuff, they paying the taxes on it, bro. They paying the taxes on it, bro. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Taxes go down on your house. A lot of things change, bro. A lot of opportunities change if you're doing things the right way in the United States. You know what I mean? And you gotta understand that. And I told people when the man got in office, bro, you gotta understand, bro. Being the president and running the government is all about keeping finances coming in the country and making your people live the best. That's it. Making your people live the best. You get what I'm saying? Making our country the best, like out in Dubai and Saudi Arabia, these rich countries. That's what America supposed to be like. America supposed to be better than Dubai, bro. But so many people come here in America and eat and send that money back to their country, bro. Real shit. Real shit. Yo, think about it. All these people come over here and we love them and we make friends with them if they here, but some of them come here and make all their money and send it back home. This is our home. This is where we born and raised at. This is where generation of us. Okay, you could do the ancestries and your ancestors go back to Africa, Haiti, Tobago, Mexico. Okay, cool. But you were born in America. And you should be able to live the American dream no matter what color you are. You know what I mean? No matter what color of skin you are, you should be able to live the American dream. And I like that. I like that because without income taxes and that shit, you can get out here now. You making $20 an hour. You getting all your paper. You know what I mean? The world ain't revolve around cheating. He said, "Yeah, we was on top." You know what I mean? That's when 1933 came and the Great Depression came when we start doing federal taxes and all this old dumb ass shit. The economy been fucked up and we ain't been rocking since. So now, you know what I mean? That's what this brother explaining. You know what I mean? How the country was and when the United States was a real rich place to now, you know what I'm saying? That we struggling and everybody playing with us. Exactly. So all the money, your family from Belize, and for years, y'all sending money to Belize for them to live good in the Belize. But nobody from the Belize is sending money here. You get what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? That's the difference. If your family, you know what I mean? Why? Because you say, yo, your family said our country is poor. So you come in our country, the ones that was born and raised here, and you send money back to your country. And that's what you're supposed to do. Family take care of family. Ain't nothing wrong with that. As you should. If you here legally and you doing the right thing and making the money, yeah, that's cool. You know what I mean? I don't knock that because that's where you from. But who takes care of the American people? Who's sending money back here to America to make things right? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm on.
His comment, what do they need our money for? Where are they getting that money? And they show you, well, it's debt. So this is the line of where we're at today, and this is what they project the debt levels to go up to. And I just want to bring out one point. I wrote a book called The Uncommunist Manifesto. It's a best-selling book on Amazon. I'll link to it down below. You should check it out, The Uncommunist Manifesto. But in Karl Marx's book, Marxist book called The Communist Manifesto, he laid out 10 points of communism. And I'll just let you know that right here, number 2, a heavy progressive or graduated income tax. It's a Marxist idea. I'll also let you know number 5 is a central bank. So it wouldn't be a big surprise that both the IRS, the taxation system, and the central bank, the Fed, were both created at the same time in 1913. Both of them are Marxist ideas. So back to Bukele's comment, why does the government take your money? You think you're funding the government, but you're not. So then why are we paying such heavy income taxes? It's Marxism. It's redistribution. That's a whole nother comment, a whole nother conversation. If you want me to do a video on that, let me know down in the comments down below. Otherwise, go check out that book. But let's talk about the pros and cons of this. And then we'll talk about could this really happen and what I think is going to happen. All right, so potential shock. So what a lot of people are saying is obviously the pro would be, well, shoot, if we got more revenue from trade, that's good for the government. So there's more money coming in. All the businesses and companies and countries that are sending stuff into the U.S., they pay a little bit. The U.S. has more money. That's great. That might mean also less taxes for citizens. I would love it if my income tax were to go down or obviously completely go away altogether. That'd be amazing. So pro, more income for the government. Pro, more income for me. I could keep more of my income. Now, it's important to understand Hauser's law. I talk about this quite often. And the interesting thing about Hauser's law is there's only so much money to go around. There's only a pie. Now, the pie can get bigger or smaller, but we have to divide up that pie. And so basically the way it works is kind of common sense. If you were to keep 100% of your money, you would have more money to spend and invest. If you keep 0 of your money, if they took all of it, you would have no money to spend and invest. So everything else is just a spectrum. You have to understand the government cannot spend something it has not taken from you. It just redistributes. Now, it can take money, as in debt from the future. It could do that. But per Hauser's law, it shows that regardless of what the tax rate is, 10% or 90%, The percentage of the pie of GDP stays about the same, about 19%. So when taxes go down, the pie gets bigger. When taxes go up, the pie gets smaller, but the percentage of revenue to the pie of GDP stays about the same. All right, so that's Hauser's law. But back to the potential shock. So the pros sound good. Less taxes for me, more revenue for the government. The cons could be, well, higher costs for imported goods. So we import a lot of goods, and so we can see the prices of all those things go up. That's inflation. That means your money doesn't buy as much as it used to. That could be bad for you. We could also see potentially retaliatory tariffs. So if the U.S. were to slap tariffs on other nations, then other nations say, okay, fine, then we'll slap tariffs on your stuff. But here's the thing about this part. I think this part's overblown in my opinion. And the reason why is that most other nations already have tariffs. They have all types of duties, import duties, and VAT taxes. Like I've been sending a bunch of stuff down to Mexico for my house that I built down there, but I'm paying this enormous rate every single time I ship something down there. So we're already having that. On top of that, the U.S. is a net importer. We don't export much stuff. The number one thing we export is our financial services, our internet services. You might already say there's tariffs on those. The EU, Zuckerberg was on Rogan recently, and I think he said that the tech companies have been fined like $30 billion in just the last, 5 or 10 years. That's sort of like a tariff. So we export financial services, internet services, and energy. So really, I don't think this is a big risk. All right, now let's think about the probability of something like this going through in 100% or partially and what that means for us. So first of all, as you might imagine, there's going to be massive hurdles in Congress, but not just Congress. Like there's an entire IRS, deep state operation. You have all the attorneys that make money from tax attorneys and all of that whole complex, if you will. They're going to fight that. They don't want that to go through. Obviously, they want to keep that in place. The Marxist organization wants to stay there. Now, what's the probability of it actually replacing the income tax? Well, if you think that the income tax is still needed by the government, then what's the probability of that? Let's look at some of the math. Now, as I said, right, Trump pledged to do that. He's also pledged to do a bunch of other things with taxes. So, for example, he's vowed on the campaign trail to upend the tax structure by no taxes on tips. So get rid of that. That's pretty good. Overtime, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security. So a lot of things like that. Even floating the elimination of the federal income tax altogether, which is this. Although, like I said, there's going to be a lot of pushback. Now, I do want to just point out, again, this is Trump's second term. So in his first term, he did a ton of tax reform. As a matter of fact, President Trump achieved the biggest tax cuts and reforms in American history, many of which I'm still loving and using today, but they're dwindling down. Like, for example, accelerated depreciation, bonus depreciation, that's a big one. And so I just want to point out, in his first term, he did enormous tax cuts. And so, he's a man of his word. He said he's going to do some of this stuff. I would expect a lot of this to go through. At what level? Well, let's look at some of the probability of this. Let's look at some of the numbers. So we can see here that if we were going to put a 20% tariff on all imported goods, what dent would that put into the income tax that he wants to get rid of? Well, we can see total imports last year, 2024, were $3.8 trillion. All right. Now, the federal government's total revenue for the same year was $5 trillion. So if we were to take 20% of the total imports, 3.8 trillion, that is about $766 billion. That's the 20% across the board. Now, if we do the math, that's only about 15.6% of the government's total revenue. So it doesn't really make up for the whole thing. That's assuming that they need that money from us and they're just not going to spin it off. Now, I also like to point out the betting markets. I look at them regularly. Now, currently, there's not a betting market open for this specifically. If we'll have tariffs replace income taxes, I'd love to see someone spin that up. But currently, we do have 3 different proposals that we're betting on in regards to Trump and tax policies. So will Trump end taxes on tips, as he sort of said he would? Right now, the betting markets say there's a 33% chance of that going through. Will Trump cut corporate taxes in 2025? There's a 60% chance of that going through. And will Trump cut taxes on high earners in 2025? And there's a 21% chance. So corporate taxes, 60% better than average. The rest are below average on that point. So that's what the sort of probabilities are of this going through. Now, what does this mean for us either way? Well, a couple things it means. Number
Yes,
one,
sir.
pretty much expect higher prices. All right. So there's going to be some tariffs. Maybe they're not going to be across the board, like he said. Maybe they won't be as high, but he's going to increase them. We know that because he did before, and he's going to at least follow through with some of that. So that's going to be higher prices no matter what. Even if there's not this retaliatory, potential retaliatory risk that people see, it's going to mean higher prices. Expect for that. It's also going to mean lower taxes. So we're going to have some tariffs. It's going to bring prices up. We're also going to have tax cuts, which will bring taxes down. Now, we don't know if it's going to be 100%, but there's going to be some blend of that, so be prepared for that. I do want to just let you know one other thing, though, that regardless of what happens, we all have the ability to bring down the amount of taxes that we pay by using all types of incentives that the government puts in place. Right. So the tax code is complex, and it favors investors, not consumers. So if you're just a W-2 earner that just watches TV and sits in your mom's basement, you don't get a lot of breaks or incentives from the government. But if you buy a house or you build a business or things like that, then you do get a lot of incentives to lower your taxes this way. So if you want to learn more about that, I have a whole video right here that you can go watch on that. Otherwise, let me know what you think. Do you think this goes through?
What do y'all think? Let me know what y'all think. What y'all think? How y'all feel? Somebody say this is amazing. Hollywood say this is amazing. Goddamn right it is. It's really amazing. Really, really amazing. Really amazing. So, I mean, Trump ain't that bad. These sausages on shrimp, Boston, and with the mustard. Dang. That's all right. That was all right. So, that's what it is, man. I don't know. It's going through that. Honestly, it's a great thing because I live in Cali. Yes, dog. It ain't meant for people that's bluffing. It's meant for everybody just trying to bust moves, bro. So a tax cut to people that's out here really trying to make something happen. But yeah. He said it ain't really like for W2 people. It's for people that want some money, man. And that's good. And I guess that will build more entrepreneurs in the United States, for real. Then he said you can't tax on overtime. Like, that's good for the people that work hard. But some shit won't be high. If they paying you the money, they definitely want you to spend the money. So don't ever forget about that. If they kicking out the money, they gonna want you to spend the money. You know what I mean? Hey, that's the game. That's the game. That's the game. That is the game. But I'm just surfing and looking around. A whole lot, another one. I told you people just wanted to post this. Let me hear about this. Girl in Sydney.
Police say this all happened around 3:15 this afternoon inside the girl's grandmother's. Police say this all happened around 3:15 this afternoon inside the girl's grandmother's house. And there are still a lot of unanswered questions about how the girl got her hands on a gun.
It's very sad, but if they don't, no matter what age you are, especially if she doesn't make it. Sad.
Neighbors are praying for a 9-year-old girl they didn't even know. Police say the girl was visiting her grandma's house on Ingleside Avenue just off Park Heights in Northwest Baltimore when she accidentally shot herself in the head.
All indications are that the young lady got a hold of a weapon that was unsecure and shot herself.
Police can't confirm whether the girl was alone in the house at the time. The grandma's next-door neighbor, who did not want to be identified, says the grandma was at work all day, then came home and found her injured granddaughter.
She said, I just got off work. I haven't been here all day long. And she found her grandchild right there at the top of the steps. So I said, You said she was at the top of the steps. Did she fall down the steps or fall down the steps? She said no worse than that. That's why she said we're picking up.
Police are also investigating who the gun belongs to. Meanwhile, the girl was rushed to the hospital critically injured.
Our homicide unit, along with our district detective units, are handling the case, working it together because of the condition of the young lady. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family, and hopefully the young lady can recover.
Neighbors are also pulling for the girl and her family. Though they don't know them well, they say they'll check in with them to help in any way they can.
I'm just hoping y'all's okay and I'll pray for her. That's all I can do.
Done.
The girl is still listed in critical condition at the hospital. Meanwhile, police say if you have any information, they want to hear from you, or you can call Metro Crime Stoppers. That number is 1-866-7-LOCK-UP. Reporting live downtown, Kim Day, CWB.
Them niggas holidays. They holidays. Them niggas, that girl made that motherfucking mistake with that gun. Oh, good God Almighty. I'm here to tell y'all that ain't pretty. That ain't pretty at all. That ain't pretty at all, bro. I hope that little girl be okay, man. I hope that girl be okay, man. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Hope that girl be okay. Hope that girl be okay, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all pray for that little girl. I played that earlier, but I seen the full clip come out, so then I just, you know what I mean? I hit it. God damn. I'm just playing Baltimore news, what we hear every day.
Now at 6, 2 students are now facing a slew of charges in connection to the stabbing at an Anne Arundel County high school yesterday. Hello, everybody. I'm Denise Koch. Welcome to those of you watching on CBS News Baltimore. Police say the suspects, an 18 and 14-year-old, are both students at Meade High School. Dennis Valera joined us in studio to break down the charging documents in this case. Dennis.
Denise, the charging documents detail the moments leading up to the stabbing as well as a possible motive. We also learned the suspects are brothers, so that's why we're not disclosing the name of the 18-year-old suspect. The 18-year-old suspect is in jail without bail after having his bail review hearing this morning.
Dang.
Forensics, lights. Meade High School became the site of a stabbing investigation Thursday. Charging documents say the 17-year-old victim was found around 10 a.m. outside of a second-floor bathroom, stabbed in the chest and abdomen. At last check, police say he's in serious but stable condition.
Children should be free to come to school, learn, and not fear being violently assaulted or harmed while they're protected by our education system.
According to charging documents, through interviews with witnesses and the victim, and after a review of the school security footage, detectives learned the victim went to the bathroom and both suspects were inside. The victim started fighting with the 18-year-old, eventually being stabbed by him, and also punched by the 14-year-old. 21 students were seen going in and out of the bathroom before and after the stabbing. During a news conference Thursday, Anne Arundel County Public School Superintendent Dr. Mark Bedell called for support for the victim.
We asked that everybody just wrap their arms around the Meade community, the family that was involved, the faculty and staff and the students here as we continue to press forward for a much brighter day.
When talking with detectives at Shock Trauma, charging documents say the victim told detectives that on Wednesday, he and the 18-year-old suspect got into a fight. As police continue its investigation, Dr. Bedell says the school district is conducting their own.
I am fully committed as a superintendent to doing everything in my power to continue to work with this community at large, to work with our law enforcement partners, to work with our elected officials to ensure that we can make school as safe as possible.
Superintendent Dr. Mark Bedell says student discipline is on the table. The school district will be looking into its student code of conduct. Denise, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Dennis.
Dang. Shorty stabbed his own brother, bro. Nah, yo, we heard that finding for real on study question with federal funding. Oh, that's the one I wanted to say.
Information about the grandmother killed in what police are calling a targeted shooting in North Baltimore. Family confirms 52-year-old Antoinette Tunstall Jennings worked for Baltimore City Schools and had just left her granddaughter's basketball game where there had been an altercation involving the two teams. Alexa Ashwell joins us live in studio with some newly obtained surveillance video that captures the disturbing, really sad crime. Alexa? Yes, Mary, I spoke with the victim's husband off camera. And as you can imagine, they're simply devastated by this crime. He tells me his wife, their son, and 2 grandchildren were inside this car and had just left one granddaughter's basketball game when they were ambushed at a red light. Shocking surveillance captures the ambush of 52-year-old Antoinette Tunstall Jennings, her 29-year-old son, and 2 granddaughters following a basketball game this past Wednesday evening. Take a look. The family is stopped at this red light at York Road and Woodbourne Avenue in North Baltimore. Suddenly, 2 people appear in the crosswalk on the left side of your screen. A third person exits the car stopped behind the victim's car. Seconds later, shots fired. As the suspects run out of frame, a car that had pulled up in the opposite lane just before the shooting pulls off. 2 of the victims then jump out of the car in a desperate attempt to save the young grandmother's life.
We had 2 shooters that appeared and opened fire on the vehicle.
At the scene, Baltimore police confirmed the shooting was targeted. The next day, Commissioner Richard Worley was questioned further, specifically whether the shooting was connected to a basketball game.
I can't get into what it was connected to. I can tell you it was something that should never have escalated, as nothing should escalate to gunfire. But this was something that was a minor altercation that we believe turned into this family being targeted.
Off camera, the victim's husband tells me the family had just left their granddaughter's basketball game where there had been an altercation. The match was between Bel Air Edison and the Seed School, but had been played here at Tunbridge Public Charter School, which is just blocks from the intersection where the family was ambushed. Baltimore City Schools hasn't confirmed the altercation during the game, but did confirm Tunstall Jennings was a pre-K para-educator at Waverly Elementary Middle School. A wife, mother, grandmother, and educator violently taken, and the suspects on the run.
This is unacceptable at any time. But when you have folks shooting and gunning down women right in the middle of a main thoroughfare over any simple thing, we will not tolerate that.
Tunstall Jennings' son was also shot, and her 11-year-old granddaughter was grazed by a bullet. Both are expected to survive. Anyone with any information on the suspects is asked to contact Baltimore police.
Yo, the way they ran down on this car, bro. The way they ran down on this car was terrible, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all see this. Trust me, this is very graphic. I'm gonna let y'all see this. Hold up. Our shooter. Like this video right now. I'm gonna let y'all see the footage. This shit's sad, bro. Our car cool for it. Good for it. Good for it. Yo, they catch them, boy. Hold up. If they waste, boy.
There's, code yellow this day, code red this day, on lockdown. I don't even let them catch the bus.
Recent violence in and out and around schools has parents sounding the alarm.
Yo, that's school shit. Say
this week, a stabbing in Arundel County High School left a 17-year-old in critical condition. Tragedy highlighting a disturbing trend in schools. At Meade High School on Thursday.
Meade High School, first stabbing.
The school is locked down.
A 17-year-old critically stabbed. 2 fellow students arrested. 18-year-old Jaquan Guy and a 14-year-old now facing attempted murder charges.
Children should be free to come to school, learn, and not fear being violently assaulted or harmed while they're protected by our education system.
But in recent times, that hasn't been the case. Last week, a stabbing outside Carver High School.
led to 3 teens and a staff member being injured.
I need some units over 454. We got a cottage, we got the suspect, and we got a knife.
The violence in and around schools
There's always something.
has some parents concerned with the current state of student safety
There's, code yellow this day, code red this day, on lockdown.
and rethinking if they want to send their kids to a classroom.
Every day, homeschooling seems like a better idea.
FOP President Clyde Boatwright.
We are still seeing a consistent pattern of crime and violence in our school system. It's in school systems all across the state.
Boatwright pointing to what he calls the rise in school violence of current leadership at DJS.
There's a cog in the system where the Department of Juvenile Services gets involved and there's no real accountability.
In Annapolis, lawmakers seeming to agree with that sentiment.
Who is monitoring the monitor?
At Howard County High School, a 17-year-old murder suspect was arrested with a loaded gun. The teen already on an ankle monitor.
The whole reason for the ankle monitor is to monitor somebody.
I think it's a culture of not being held accountable. Schools are really limited in the things that they can actually do to hold young people accountable.
Whatever's leading to the violence in and around schools.
Terrified.
For those who have to send their kids off to school.
Just as safety, just as safety. And being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
A lot goes into sending their kids out the door.
I don't even let them catch the bus. I bring them to school every day, pick them up in the afternoon.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another.
Yo, you can't send your kids to school. I think, that shit said, bro. I don't even know what to think. When I was younger, we had a school shooting or two, but it wasn't bad like this. Used to get jumped all the time in school. Weapons wasn't a big thing when I went to school. You know what I'm saying? Even though, a couple of us had pistols in school, but weapons just wasn't a big thing in school because we had groups, you know what I'm saying? We just fight, you know what I'm saying? But, the weapons and shit came across when the school beefs turned into neighborhood beefs. But other than that, man, this is cold cash crazy. This is bananas. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. This is tough. You know what I mean? This is a tough pill to swallow. This is some hard candy. You know what I mean? But hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment. Where y'all tapping in from? It's the moment of the podcast where I ask you to respectfully just tell me where you from or drop your area code. But when you drop your area code, I don't know all area codes. So just, tell me where you from. Y'all been tapping in with me. Y'all been showing me big love today. And 5,000. We back to the interviews in February. But where y'all from? Who tapping in with me? I don't want ghostwriters. You know what I mean? Where y'all from? It's the moment to tell me where you from. Tap in. Donate to the Cash App. Nobody donates to the Cash App. There's been people watching me for hours now. I've been on this live for almost 3 hours. And 199, let me excuse me. Candy Cane, shout out to the Mod Squad. Donated. VA, let's go. Where y'all from? We know Charlotte for VA. Where y'all from, man? Tell me where you from, man. Like, what content created to tap in with y'all like this, bro? I always like to tap in and know who I'm talking to. Straight up. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta be shy, bro. You in my house, you on my channel. Absolutely. If you been hanging in here, people been hanging in here the whole time. You fucks with what you see. Where you from? Trauma from the west side, Dino, California, 909. Yeah. Trapo from the west side of the Dino, California, 909. There you go. California tapping in, VA tapping in. Let's go. Who tapping in? That's it. I love what both of us rep they set. Like, who asked you where you from? So, you know what I mean? I know where I'm tapping in. So when I start doing these shout outs, I know who to shout out. I know where my fan base at. And it means a lot to me. Hit that notification button, man. Hit that subscribe button. Drop a like. Leave a comment, man. But, you know what I mean? That's all I got for y'all at this moment, man. I will be tapping in after the playoffs. We will be talking about who going to the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be Buffalo and the Commanders. Who you think it's going to be? Place your bet. Georgia in the building. Georgia in the building. What up, Georgia? What up, Dale? What's good? But hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, buy a t-shirt, hit the Cash App up, donate to the channel, whatever, man. Just donate to the channel. It don't even matter. $1, $1,000, it don't matter, man. Donate to the channel, man. Just tap in, man. I like to talk to my people, man. Been on this shit for hours, working, grinding, tapping in. Shout out to the Mod Squad in the building. You know what I mean? People been tapping in. I love to tap in, so I just know all of this is just getting y'all ready for those interviews. I'm a beast with the interviews. These gonna be some different type of interviews: love, sex, and relationships, ex-convicts, and artists, actors, singers, dancers. I'm tapping in. I'm tapping in with the community. And Raw Dope, we coming to a city near you. If you from motherfucking Jersey, the VA, I'm coming. Vegas. How's Brooklyn? I love Brooklyn. Brooklyn, New York, cool. I've been to Brooklyn, New York a bunch of times. Brooklyn, cool. I might be in the Barclays. I'm 100%. I'm gonna be at the Barclays with Tank Fight. So I'm definitely gonna do a vlog. Y'all gonna catch me at the Tank Fight vlogging out in the community. Yeah. That's gonna be nasty. I'm gonna be out. The camera waiting. Camera gonna swing. Camera definitely swinging like my dreads. They gonna be swinging. The camera gonna be swinging. Then May is the month. Like this summer, we definitely gonna kill them with the content. Like by the end of the year, the content gonna be stupid. Content gonna be stupid. But listen, man, no fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. The Chiefs, I don't know, Buffalo. I think Buffalo might upset the Chiefs, but you never know with Patty. But I definitely think that DC is going to pull the upset. But if you're trying to win some money, bet both ways. Bet on Buffalo and KC. Bet on DC and Philly. Why not? It's 90% of the people. It ain't y'all teams anyway. But hey, shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills, the Washington DC Commanders, a.k.a. the Chiefs, the Washington Redskins, a.k.a. the Commanders. And shout out to them Eagles, bro. Shout out to them Eagles. So, hey, definitely that shit here from Philly, Philly, Baltimore, DC, man, it's going to be lit in Philadelphia today. It's going to be lit. The DMV is in there. Shout out to the DMV. I'm from Baltimore. That's a part of the DMV. You know what I mean? The head of the DMV. But, hey, the DMV, shout out to DC, man. It's y'all turn, man. Y'all in the NFC Championship. Get busy like the party dance. Y'all prove that y'all the best two teams. The Eagles and the Redskins are the best two teams in the NFC. And the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills are the best two teams in the AFC. Let's go, man. Hit that notification button. Hit that subscribe button. Drop a like. Leave a comment. Tell your husband he's going to be upset today, baby, from the DMV. Y'all don't got no team down there, so he should definitely be with the Ravens or the Redskins. But who am I? I'm a Pittsburgh fan, and I'm born and raised in Baltimore and represent Baltimore culture 100%. I'm out.